to a magnificent journey into the past. This is medieval time!
Oh, the dragon's balls were blazing as I stepped into his cave. Then I sliced his fucking cockles with a long and shiny blade.
I am she, the more deadly mandolin.
I'm a wizard. When we play, we go all night, eating Twizzlers. Got my spellbook filed high, learning new tricks, shooting lightning to the sky. Roll a d6.
Her gold-spun blonde hair spills past her alabaster shoulders like springs of honey mead. Her full, ample breasts are barely covered by a sheen of magical elven chainmail. Leather leggings hug her butter-supple loins.
I want to have sex with her.
So, you're walking through the forest and... What? In forest? We were in a dungeon. And what about the evil wizard who was zapping everyone? He's done. What? He's done zapping. Now move along. So, you're walking through the forest. Dungeon. Okay, dungeon forest. Whatever. You're walking along. And you're walking...
But that's a burden you choose to bear when you can bend the very laws of reality with the power of your imagination. That's a gift to be respected and feared.
He was 10 years old when his cousins introduced him to a game, Dungeons and Dragons.
As I was killing things, killing people, animals, the more I played Dungeons and Dragons, and the more I got involved in Satanism.
I'm telling you, these people are Satanists. As I sit here, they are Satanists. Look, the world is full of these kind of things. Look at this. Black masses, mutilations, mutilation. It's still real to me, damn it! Once they get in here, it's over, pal.
Love that intro.
It's over.
It's over, man.
Cool. So we got Astro Wizard joining us. I was chatting with him earlier, and he said he was interested in checking us out. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's up, Astro?
Yeah, so we have about half our group here right now, Astro. We're running behind. Lewis is late a lot of times on Tuesdays just because he can't avoid it, but he will be here in a while. And Phil had something come up, so he will be a little bit late. See, Rudy just came in. What up? I just happened to be on work break. Thought I'd drop by. Wish y'all a great round. And yeah, thank you so much, man. Catch the rewind if you can't watch any longer, and then maybe we'll see you on Friday. So today we're gonna stall around a little bit and shoot the shit for a few minutes, and then I actually have.
Apparently, Jeremy's gonna show books.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw like some books getting shown there.
I haven't gotten a chance to open the mail. You know what one of these is?
Oh my god, my ENIAC first print came today. Hey.
Nice.
I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Gonna open that.
I miss getting fucking packages in the mail. That's the worst part about not buying comic books right now.
My family's always like, you got another package.
It's such a nice feeling, like, oh look, there's something here for me.
For me?
So, I have a cool idea for in a moment, but why don't we go ahead and Talia just disappeared. Talia.
I'm eating. It's my dinner time.
That's fine. Why don't we go ahead and have the three of you explain and describe your characters, and then we'll have the others catch up when they get here, and then I have something cool in mind. So we'll
my
start
character
with
got a new descriptor.
Damn, I got to start coming in not first. I'm always first to do this. So I am, as it says right here, Alon. I am a dwarf cleric of the Forge. I am currently a small business owner, and I guess we all are now small business owners since we have 5% of some weird honey business. I am devoted at this point to the will of my God, who has sent me on a quest to learn about making better and more perfect weaponry and armor and metal things. So.
All right. Yeah. All right. So let's go down to Caroline. Caroline, explain your character.
See you, Rudy.
I am Talia Nivane. I am a high elf rogue urchin. I have been dubbed an 8 out of 10. It is decided. He is 5'2", 92 pounds.
8.5.
Oh, she's an 8.5 now.
Grade
Get
bump,
it.
clean and press.
Get it, Talia. I
Totally
am a
impressed.
rogue arcane
Wrapped up in
trickster.
Mylar.
I do. I get Mylar. I feel so pretty. Yeah. Nothing new. I haven't leveled up since the last time, so still just messing around with magic, trying to figure it out.
Awesome. Cool. So let's go over to Jeremy.
I am Wolfrian, a level 4 high elf wizard. I don't think I've ever told my age. I'm 228 years old.
Which is still young. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
235.
335?
235.
235. I'm 5'8". I'm a little bit on the tall side for an elf. Blue alabaster skin, not buttercup. I know where you were going, Danny. Blue speckled eyes with gold, silver white hair, and I carry a broom around that I fly on. Last time, got to do some things, learn some things, figure out. What did I figure out? I figured out what was on the ring.
Yeah.
And then in between last time and this time, figured out what the first location on the log book for
The scratched out one?
The scratched out one.
Wait, did I miss that?
No,
it happened.
Oh.
It happened back. Remember, I told you that me and Nola and
You
Jeremy
did
were
some
doing things
things.
separate. Yeah. So, like I said, you're welcome anytime you get an idea like that to do it as well. Hey, Professor.
So I failed at just straight up. Wait, what did I fail at?
Bean is busy. Bean is with family currently, but we'll be here later.
I failed at one way to figure it out, and then I held it up to held it up to the sunlight after trying to hold it up to fire and realizing that would be a bad idea. That I could potentially roll one and burn it.
He was trying to exhaust all options on his own, and then the next resort would have been getting you, Caroline, because there was something that you could have done that might have been able to fix it. Actually, it would have been
mending.
Huh?
Is it mending?
It is.
Wait, shit, seriously?
If you had done mend and then followed it with like a really good investigation roll, then you wouldn't have been able to see what was on the paper. And then, but here's the thing: remember how I mentioned that Jeremy overlooked something that was mentioned to him before, that he could have figured it out that way. Well, what it was when we first started talking about the piece of paper, Nola had said you could always try the scratch out thing, scratch over a piece of paper and get it like that, and see if that works. And I said, if you remember, now this is going way back 4 or 5 sessions. I said, another way to do it would be if you could find authority like police, then they would be able to help you to decipher it.
Way over my head.
Yeah, well, when we
one
went
ear out the other.
When you guys went up to
We heard
Blasingdale,
authority and stopped listening.
when you guys went up to Blasingdale, I mentioned that the second in command of the militia was Constable Dara Whitewood, who is also the police chief, basically. And if he had thought about it and took it to her, then she could have used a forensic kit to find out what it said on the parchment.
I wonder if I wrote that down too, because I wrote down all their names and everything. I did. Constable Dara Whitewood.
Yeah, it's all right. Some things you see, some things you don't. I can't, dude. I couldn't even begin to name off all the things you guys have actually not noticed. So Astro says, "Wizard, huh? Leather skin, dark eyes, with sapphire blades, dark badge. Named Neomar."
We may not have noticed a lot, but we now have a honey business.
Exactly.
Oh my god!
Well, it's fruit gathering. And
Did you expect us to?
Can we make mead with the honey? Is that a thing we can make the company do?
Yeah, you can do that stuff.
Can we
So,
propose
yeah,
that
while
as
we're
a
still
day?
drunk.
We'll give the town its own D23 of the honey business.
We're gonna be
Here's our new product.
brewers.
While we're still hanging out and waiting for our missing party members, I'm going to do a light recap here, especially since we got somebody like Astro who's never joined us before. And then, Noctera. And then,
I got that in the mail today too.
After the
And that signed.
the recap, then I'm going to ask you guys an interesting question. Is that the glow cover?
No.
See, I was actually able to get the glow cover at my LCS.
My glow is coming in the mail this week.
I've got a glow. I was gonna see if they have another still at the store.
So anyway, for people like Astro who might just now be joining us after doing 9 sessions, basically this world revolves around an adventuring school that is kind of like in a small town, and the town pays the school to also be their militia. And you want to think of the school as being like an apprenticeship program where people from all over the world will send requests to the commandant of the school, and he assigns students to go out on these adventures, and he assigns them as he sees fit, like what the adventures can handle. And these students here arrived about 3 months ago, and they have been on a few mini quests and one bigger.
Whoops.
What was that?
That was me.
Oh.
I was opening up our stream.
Yeah, so they have been on one large quest and a bunch of mini quests, and they're kind of in between right now where they're just establishing themselves. And the most recent thing that the group did was they stopped an evil dude who had his parents killed and took over the family business. They basically stopped him from going any further, and they now control that business.
R.I.P. Fancy Pants.
Yeah. If you go back really far when he was first introduced, he was hitting on Talia pretty hard.
I murdered him, technically. But no.
Well, Lewis was the finishing blow, but yeah.
It was self-defense.
No, Lewis was the first blow. I was the second. And then he died.
Oh, that's right, because he had the axe stuck in him from yeah, that's right. You're right.
And then I magicked the fuck out of him.
So now that we've recapped a little bit, he's listening.
You will be missed.
So now we've recapped a little bit. I'd like you know how we do our like end of the game roundup? I'd like to do a before one, what you guys are thinking you'd like to do, the direction of your character from here, and with what you've learned in recent stuff. So we'll do it different this time. We'll go Jeremy first, and we'll go that kind of.
Jeez.
Yeah. See.
On the spot. Uh-oh.
Too busy looking at books.
Okay. I don't know. What am I trying to do? That's a good question. I mean, I want to ask around more about the city that I discovered on the logbook. So that might be something I try to get accomplished today. See if
and you're going to tell the others what you've learned about that, what you know. About
yeah,
that's kind of what your goal is for today.
The city of Odell. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one thing, I guess. The other would be potions. Wait, no, I made potions last time.
Yeah, you probably. Hey, there's Sean. What's up, man?
I made 5 potions.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, I think you're good on potions for a while because this session is going to take place a week after the Fancy Pants incident. So it's just going to be assumed that you guys are like, Nola's been working on his store, and you've been doing that, and then whatnot. So
Gotcha.
We'll go over to Talia here. And what are your goals going forward?
I have one specific thing I do want to do.
Okay.
I want to go gather good berries.
That's very difficult to do.
Yeah.
It's really difficult. Gnomes can find that kind of stuff very easy, but elves and humans have a hard time with that stuff.
Darn, I really wanted to do that. And then I was also curious. My wisdom is absolute shit. Mm-hmm. Is there anything I can do to improve that?
Leveling.
That's it?
Right, Nola? I can't think of anything else you could do.
No, I mean, I'm sure if there's maybe some magic item or something out there, but, for the most part, your stats are your stats.
Yeah.
Cool. It's trash. It's one that's really bad.
When you hit level 4, did you add your ability?
No, I wanted to do it to dexterity and intelligence because those were right away from getting even higher bonuses. And I was like,
gotcha.
Well, and that's the trick of D&D is you want to maximize your potential with the stats that really matter, and then the lower ones are actually what give your character a little bit of depth. You play it, you play it as an unwise person. You make decisions that fall outside the realm of common sense.
That's fair. Can I learn how to shoot multiple arrows at once, or would that be considered 2 attacks.
If you
or double
remember, I
attacks.
was telling you that. Actually, I think there is a thing in there for rogues to be able to do that. You might look ahead.
Decent.
But the thing with the remember the commandant at a later point can show you crossbow training and stuff too. Yeah, so don't forget you wanted to look for them lodestones. I would be more than happy to help
I
you.
need to find the lodestones.
Yeah.
I can just go into the woods and like gather things. I feel like
Yeah, you can absolutely do
having
it.
like an elixir.
fact,
I know
I
how to make
encourage
that
that
life
kind of,
elixir. Would that be beneficial in any other situation, or is it like exclusively for that
What?
illness? The elixir that I learned from Arun, the
No,
light, the thing.
Yeah, so no, it's something that's only going to help that particular disease, and you're probably out of it by now. But yeah, I would encourage during this session while we're down a few players to do those sorts of things. You're hunting and gathering and do all those kind of more menial tasks while we don't have everybody and see what you get into. So let's go up to Alon then, and he can tell us that, and then we can kind of get this thing kicked off for real.
Well, it's really weird. I'm super into this whole economic aspect of this that's happened in the last couple of weeks. I have no idea why, because that shit doesn't appeal to me at all in real life.
Well, this is fantasy.
Right. So all of a sudden I'm like intrigued by this idea of having businesses in a fantasy world that actually do stuff. And then we had a pretty good story arc which fit into my character with the dwarves and all that kind of stuff. So I guess now I'm going to have to find the next mission that will send me outward looking for new materials or new magic or that kind of thing.
Is everyone logged into Owlbear?
Oh yes. No.
Okay. We don't have Phil, so I'm going to try to find a way to get this to show up on the screen while you log in.
Oh, here, I can.
Oh, can you do it?
Anyone can share the screen.
Yeah, it's best if one of you do it, because remember, if I move things, you guys can see what I'm doing as a DM.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's better if you guys do. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there.
There I am.
So we're going to kick this off. We're going to find out just how economic Nola wants to get. Okay, so it has been 1 week since the incident at the mansion, and everything that they just described has transpired. The commandant has recovered from his illness, and he's very happy with the results of what happened, where as little loss of life as was necessary took place, and that the general vibe of Northridge is good right now. So everyone's pretty happy with that. And pretty much the commandant went on a quest a few days ago, so he's not there. So Lanige is in command. So the commandant is away for a while with a group of students doing what should be a basic mission.
That was the other thing. I wanted to
like
talk
that
to the commandant.
Apparently Sean is dreaming of sparks, so
dang.
Just saying.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, he's having nightmares of me.
Whatever, a dream is a dream, man.
It was probably me just, here's a book, Sean. Here's a book.
So we're here at the school, and Lanige is kind of just taking inventory of the armory. And we're going to say that for now, that Phil and Lewis's characters have been assigned to the night guard. So they're not going to be active. I'm going to take them off of the map right now, like the commandant's off, because they are probably resting and all that sort of stuff because it's daytime.
Makes sense.
Let's go with Nola. We'll just go top down. We'll go with you. What do you want to do first?
So, I don't know. I do not know. So let's go. I'm going to need to hire someone to work in the store so that I don't have to be there.
Okay.
So
you mean like when you're out on a mission?
Yeah. I don't always want to be there anyway, so I'm just going to need someone to be my.
Would this be something you would talk about with people at the school?
I was actually thinking of going and talking to the butler that now took over the.
Okay.
I figured he would be a good guy to talk to about having someone.
Oh, there is something I forgot too, and make sure we remember to tell the others about this too. You remember how the butler said he was going to make a sizable donation to the school?
Yes.
Well, within that week since it's happened, he decided that rather than use a financial donation, that he has improved the infrastructure of Northridge as a whole and did not charge the school at all for adding the electrical components without using the bike.
Nice.
So there is now in the river that is south of town, the one that runs to the grotto that's, you guys aren't supposed to know about, there is now a water mill that is giving the electricity. So the buildings in town that do have electricity, which not all of them do, are powered by that. And everyone else pays the normal fee, but the school gets it basically attributed to them by the berry and honey business.
Nice.
So yeah, so Nola, you're wanting to go into town?
I will probably head into town, and like I said, I'm going to look up Alfred.
Is that what we determined his name is?
No, it's just the best butler name in comics. So.
You got to get rid of Fancy Pants because he's dead. Ulfgar, you're on night shift. Phil, you're on night shift. I got just says Phil, and that's like not his name in the game at all. It's hilarious. Yeah. So Jeremy, you're gonna be back there. All right. Excellent. So you go. Nola, you can take care of your character. You got to go to. I can upgrade the map later on too and make it where it's not Rich Man's Mansion under construction anymore.
Oh yeah, call it Berry Mansion. Honey and Berry Mansion.
Well, I'm going to assume that the business is going to keep its original name, and it's just going to be like, the Warren family business or whatever.
I think we should rename it Fancy Pants.
Fancy Pants is berries?
Fancy Pants, berries, and honey.
Just fancy berries and honey.
Okay.
Good berries.
I like just fancy berries, honeys, and meads.
Okay. Sure. Okay. So you go to the mansion and honey hole.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
It kind of has to be honey hole.
The honey hole. Throw a "the" in front of it.
Okay. So yeah, you go to the mansion, and there's obviously not any resistance from the guards. They know who you are, and they're cool with you. So they're like, "Are you here to see the boss?" Basically.
Yep.
And he lets you in. You go up to this office room that was the site of some crazy shit last week, but not obviously the bedrooms where it really went down, but the office is fine.
Have they cleaned the blood?
Yeah, the blood. It's all cleaned up. Everything's running there. And so you go there, and the butler, he's in a suit now. He's not in the butler outfit.
So fancy butler.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, hello, cleric." He's like, "What can I do for you?"
Well, first of all, I just wanted to check in, see how everything's gone in the last week after the events that will never be spoken of again.
Yes. Things are going well. I mean, business is running as usual, and as you can see, the general tempo of this town is as good as it's ever been.
I agree. You've made some tremendous upgrades to the town.
Mm-hmm.
So, I need someone to. I've got a little shop up on the corner. You've probably seen it, and I was wondering if you knew of anyone who might be able to help me staff that shop for a fair wage.
And he starts looking at his books and his employee log and stuff like that, and he says, "Let's see here. I do have some available workers that could rotate it out whenever you're not needed. They wouldn't be able to run it on a full-time basis, but if you'd like, we can take part of our arrangement that we made of the 25%, slash that in half, and I can staff the place for you on kind of like a temporary worker status."
Well, I can't take half of everybody's 25%, but
well, no. Remember, you were going to get 25% of what the business makes.
Right.
Yeah. So he's saying he would slash what he owes you in half and divert that half to staffing your store.
Works for me.
Yeah. So you meant for your comrades. Is what
Yeah.
you meant. Well, you're going to get that money and divvy it to them. So,
Right.
yeah. So, yeah. So
Yeah.
he said that. So yeah, he's got a few people who work in the berry business and stuff. They can rotate in and out as needed.
We can also use the store to sell, honeys and meads and.
Yeah, because that's great because we hadn't actually established anything here. We were selling things out of carts over the past few months while we've been here. As you know, most of our stock goes back to Seeker City.
Right.
So yeah, that would be great. Actually, it'd be a very mutually beneficial business deal there for us to
Look
do.
at us making money happen.
Right. Doing the thing.
Cool.
Great.
So that is. He says just whenever you're wanting the business to run and you're not going to be around to run it, just come by here and I'll send someone down to take care of it.
Perfect. Look at us, the honey hole. And that, by the way, will be the name of the shop.
Your shop is going to be called the Honey Hole.
I like that.
100%.
Okay. All right, cool. So it's affiliated with this fancy berries business. That's what it's called, Fancy Berries.
Fancy Berries and the honey hole.
Yep. So with that said, then let's cut over to Caroline, see what she wants to do.
I want to go in the woods and search for things, lodestones
Okay.
and whatnot.
So let's bring that back up. Let me know about where in the woods you're wanting to go.
I would assume like behind the school or something.
You can stick your character on the map wherever you want. The
Where
dark
am I?
green is also.
You're over by the rich man's.
Yeah, but like I don't want to die.
What?
I don't know. There's a river, right? Where's the river?
So it's not shown on here because it's deep in the woods. But here, I will move your character. The river. Whoa!
Sorry, I had it moved over there, and I was like,
Okay, so the river is going to run like south of where you're at right now, and it's going to be running east, it's going to be running west to east.
I believe you said they were found by rivers. Someone
Lodestones?
said? Yes, I don't know. I thought someone said.
You're wanting to look for lodestones.
Yes.
Yes, lodestones can be found near water.
Cool. I'm gonna go look for lodestones. That's my adventure.
All right, so go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
That is not gonna be very good. Oh, it's a 10. Okay. It's a flat 10.
Yeah, not finding any lodestones just at a cursory look.
Gonna keep looking.
If you do that, you'll be rolling with disadvantage. Every time you try to look, it becomes harder.
Fair. I'll do it at least once. I'm gonna see what happens.
Sure.
You never know. Well, that's a nat 20. That's a waste of a nat 20 though, because this one's pretty bad. No, that's an 8, so that's even worse. So I'm gonna stop doing that.
No lodestones, but I'm not just gonna leave you hanging with that. Is there anything else in these woods you'd like to do besides look for lodestones? You can try to look for a good berry because you at least know what they look like. You just may not know
what they look like.
Yeah, I will say it is possible, but you would have to roll very high to do it.
Like an 18 or higher. I am going to
like that 20 you had.
Yeah.
Gather some apples at least, and like other. I want to look for fruit to like stock the house with, essentially.
Sure.
Like
yeah.
non-perishable items.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'll let you do that. Then give me a nature check.
Oh fuck! I have the worst nature. That is a 7 minus 3, I believe. No, plus 3. Oh, that changed. That's a 10. It's still not very good.
So you find what you think is an apple, and you bite into it, and it's a freaking acorn.
Cool. I throw it on the ground and just shake my fist in the air.
A pine cone. That's what
I just shake my fist at the air.
Yeah, so this excursion into the woods isn't going as you wanted. I'll get back to you and see if there's anything you can think of while we're doing the other guys' turns. So don't leave the woods just yet, but let's go down to Jeremy. And what are you going to be doing, man?
I guess since Commandant's not there, I'll talk to Laneige.
Okay, hang on a second. Let's bring up the school map. Let's bring it up.
I did realize I did want to talk the Commandant about some things too.
That's fine. He's just away right now.
Yeah. He'll be back.
Okay. So Laneige is in the armory just doing inventory.
Now, what did I want to talk to him about? That's the question. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to ask him about Odell and see what he knows about Odell.
Okay, you're going to ask him about Odell.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say, hey, you know that scratched out name in the book in the house?
He's got his book. He's got his log of like equipment. He's looking through swords, and spears, and all that stuff. And he's writing. He's like, yeah.
Says I figured out that it said Odell.
And he stops. He's like, Odell. Yes, I think I'm familiar with the name on the map, but I'm not sure what I need to know about it.
Well, I remember that, you know, it was the first joint human-elf city, and it's on the other side of the world, way away from here. But I don't really remember what happened there that caused everyone to not go there anymore.
He says, yeah. He's like, So it's in your log, and you've actually been able to transcribe it, and you can visit there now if you wanted.
We could.
He
but
says,
I don't want to walk into a trap.
Well, here's what he says. He says, well, this is an adventuring school after all, and I guess it wouldn't hurt if we just went and looked. I'd go with you if you want to get some of your comrades. We can just go take a look.
Maybe when we get more of the comrades here.
Okay. He said it isn't going to hurt just to go look. But
okay. I mean, you don't think we're going to just land and explode and fire?
He says, I live for this kind of danger. You know, obviously you don't end up the sergeant of an adventuring school without living on the edge a little bit. He said, if you're interested, I can go gather up some of the students and you can get some of your comrades and we can go take a look. But if you're wanting to wait till another time, that's fine too. So
let's do it.
Fortune favors the bold.
Let's do it.
Okay. So if you're really that interested in going and looking, then what we're going to do is Laneige is going to go and he's going to get a few people to come and we're going to go through those two's turn again. Mm-hmm. And then when they come back to the school, you can tell them what you found.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I search the library for a book while that's happening? Just doing nothing, I guess.
What's that?
Because otherwise, the wizard's doing nothing, but Laneige is gathering people and they're doing their things.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. You want to? Okay, give me an investigation roll in the library.
I haven't looked in there for a book in a while. I'm probably not going to find anything that great. 12.
12. Yeah, you're basically looking through the. You're just kind of looking through the volumes that you haven't pulled from the shelf yet, and you're kind of of sorts taking inventory yourself. You know, like, this is what my library is basically. You found most of the interesting reads, but you have access to all kind of books that wizards would have typically, but they're not something that you would just sit down and casually read all the time.
Seems about right.
Let's see here. Hang on a second. I'm trying to bring this up. There we go.
Don't wear your red shirt, Sparks.
So yeah. Okay. So Nola.
Yes, sir.
You have anything else on the agenda before you head back to the school?
No, not really.
So you basically got your business conducted there. You went by. Your shop is fully ready to open, which we're going to assume over the last week you just did all the finer things to get it ready. And
I would swing by and check out Vince and Sebastian and see how they're doing, and if everything is all good with them, then I would probably mosey back.
Yeah, cool. And Vince and Sebastian both tell you that I guess you told them about having people coming and running the shop while you're away and everything. And they both said, yeah, man, when you're out of town, we have no problem going by and checking it out maybe at night before we go to bed and stuff and in the morning, just to make sure nobody messed with anything.
Well, and I tell them if they need to sell some stuff in there, then, we can definitely work something out with that.
Cool.
I'm turning into Walmart.
Mutually beneficial. All right. So we'll go back to Caroline. Caroline, do you have anything else in those woods you wanted to do before you head back?
I was going to hunt.
Okay. All right. So what were you going to hunt? Do you have anything in mind?
I was hoping for either like deer or rabbit, depending on availability of creatures in wood.
Both of those are definitely available in the area. Give me a nature check. I have something specific behind you.
Nat 20.
Okay. Well, which animal did you specifically want to look for?
Let's go for a deer. It's
Okay.
a bigger center mass.
You get tired of looking for lodestones. You head off. You grab your bow out, and you go and you find a buck.
Woo! Bow, arrow, shoot. 12.
1 second here, because I just realized I'm actually 1 page away from it. That does not hit.
Damn, son.
The deer is startled and begins to run.
It is not my day.
But you get a second chance because you have your, second action thing, like your
my cunning action. Well, that is 18.
That hits.
That is better. That is
Give me some damage.
Significantly better. Okay, so that is a D6. My damage went up at least. That is 7.
You killed the deer and you get 10 experience.
Woo! And I'm going to pick it up and either sling it over my shoulder or drag it back to school.
Give me an athletics check.
I was like, yeah, whichever my athletics will allow me to do. It's a crit fail.
Is it really?
It's really a crit fail.
So you realize that you were just not strong enough to bring this thing back. So your best bet is to try to get stuff off of it here and bring back, like skin it up or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess I'll skin it and fill its carcass with meat.
Okay, survival check.
Oh, that's really not good.
She goes to lift it. It crushes her.
8. It's a 9 -1. That's an 8.
Okay, here's what you realize. You realize the best thing you're going to be able to take back is the antlers on this thing.
Cool. I'll break the antlers off. Do I have to athletics check it?
No. I'm saying that's what you were able to get out of all this. You basically just killed a big old buck, couldn't bring it back because you're too far in the woods.
I take my arrow back. I pick up my
realize
arrow.
you're not that good at doing that, and then just took the antlers so you had something from it. But it's a really nice set of antlers. So
we'll bring them to the shop. I'll bring them to the shop.
Heck yes.
Do something with them. Yeah, you can turn those into like handles, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so we'll say that you come back. We'll say that you come back to the shop right as he's like finishing up with his day, and I guess you explain to her what you just came up with all that, and then the two of you decide to head back to the school, which will bring the school up here, and hold on. All my maps went out of order. There we go. All right, so there we go. So
by the way,
what's that?
The school, the map.
You're not showing your map.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on.
I wasn't sure.
I was still trying to get the thing over. So
I gotcha.
Yeah. So Lanish is getting students together, and you two come back. Wolfreen, I guess you're gonna go and like talk to them, or
nah, we're just gonna take off. I'm kidding.
Bye.
This is how we die.
Bang.
So I figured out that remember that place that said "Do not go" in the house?
Are we gonna go there,
guys? Let's go.
Let's go.
Sweet, I'm in.
Sweet.
Called
Okay.
Hell. It was the first co-run human elf city, right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
First joint human elf city. It's on the other side of the world.
Wait, how do we spell that?
Odell.
Cool.
Yep. Hold on 1 second. I'm bringing up another figure for you. So Lanish got 2 students interested in coming.
Who are they?
By the way, we don't know if the city is still around either. Just to let you guys know.
Yeah, so that's all. That's basically all you know is that it was the first joint human in Elf City, and that no one has been there in at least 100 years. And there's rumors that some kind of cataclysm took place, but no one really knows exactly what it is. So, what
is that Dean's roommate?
Yes. So he has passed the initiation, but he has not gone on his first mission. So Lanish gets him to go for this. He says, "This one might be an easy one, kid, or it could be certain death. You're throwing up the coin on this one." And he's like, "I'm in."
What class is he?
He's just a fighter.
Okay.
Carries a spear.
Human?
Yeah.
Pretty much everyone's going to be human.
Well, most people, remember, the majority of people in this world are human or elf. So
that's why.
Yeah. So Miriam also comes, and Miriam's like, "Well, yeah, I'm fucking in, bitches."
Hell yeah, bitch. We high five all sassy like.
She's like, vacation.
Yeah, okay,
Murder
so
vacation, possibly.
You know, you guys all fill them all in on this and know exactly what's up. By the way, there's a few things about Richard that you guys have learned over the week that he's been here. Is that he actually is from Merlion, and his family was only one of the only families that didn't run away during the goblin attacks. And he looks up to you guys, particularly Phil, now that he's his roommate and stuff. And but he looks up to you guys and says that, you know, after that incident in my town, that's when I told them that I wanted this summer to come try to join the adventure school. And so my parents said that they will not stop me from going if I can become a brave, soldier, to defend my town.
How old is he?
He's like 16.
Really young. Okay.
He's like a 16-year-old human.
He's a young.
Protect the baby. Wait, how old is Miriam? I don't think I asked you.
Miriam's like early 20s.
Cool.
Yeah. So, if everyone is interested in going, then let me bring up the transportation cube here. 1 second.
I'm going to say she's 22.
All right.
Decided.
Lewis said, don't give them a backstory.
Don't.
Lewis says he'll be here in 10 minutes if anyone has to take a poop before the adventure.
No.
Too late now, son.
No, this is cool. This is cool that you guys are doing this on your own. So
we might not make it, so you might not want to get in this ship.
Yeah, this could be certain.
The ship?
So.
Yeah, I'm calling it a ship.
Whoa, why are characters deleting?
Oh, because I'm getting rid of the people that aren't there.
Ah, no.
Too bad.
No, I actually need them. Well, not right now, but like in the future, I want to be able to have them out on the board.
Oh,
well, no, auto load.
Never delete characters I have on the map. That's like messing with like the DM shit.
My bad. Oh, she's on there twice.
Damn it, Tammy.
She's up in the bed.
Yeah, now we have two Miriams. How'd that happen?
I didn't see her up in the bed. She blended in with the brown bed.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need, just because I don't need them right now doesn't mean I won't need them. But deleting them just makes it harder on me later.
They're easy for us to add ourselves back.
Lewis is keeping me entertained in the chat. I'll never forget you guys.
Okay. So yeah, you guys come here, and it's still well stocked from before. You guys didn't use too much of the resources last time, so you guys are gonna So
facilities.
Yeah, just let me know when you're wanting to go. You're wanting to go do this.
I want to stand by a window so I can see things.
You can't. Remember, the windows have to be closed.
No. Once we get there.
Okay.
And I can just real quick.
Everyone, seatbelts on. I'm kidding.
So you guys go around. You shut all the shutters. You get the fireplace going.
How is my wood stock?
Your wood stock's about half down, so you might want to get Ulfgar to chop some more down for you later.
Okay, that's why I'm asking.
You could definitely get back. Because all you're planning on doing is just...
It would really suck to get trapped. Right?
Yeah.
By the way, for those in the chat who don't know, Lanish, the sergeant of the school, is a white dragonborn.
That means he's ice, right? Yeah.
He can survive in ice temperatures, yeah. And he has ice breath.
All right. Anybody else have anything they want to do before we leave?
And Miriam's like, I got dibs on this couch.
I'm going to grab an apple and I'm going to eat it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go back to the window.
The apple supply is probably getting a little thin on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
Well,
one.
I clearly had some trouble finding them earlier.
We've got some wolf pelts in here that when we leave, probably Alon will want to take to the shop.
Does anybody have a sewing kit?
You have mending.
Yeah, but I can't make a thing with mending.
I thought you were trying to.
Like, we could turn them into things.
Yeah, she can repair, but she can't really like make an outfit.
Mend it, and then suddenly it's a wolf again.
I'm gonna try it when someone gets their head cut off. Just you wait.
Okay, so
Make Danny let me roll for it. Get a nat 20.
So we're ready to go.
I'm just making sure everybody is ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go to the log. You got all the windows shut, and you do the magic thing. You basically say transport to Odell.
Ba-ba-ba-boom.
Okay, so with a flash, you feel the transportation cube changes, and you hear just howling winds outside.
It's a nuclear wasteland.
I'm waiting for everybody to decide what they want to do.
I'm going to lift the shutter on the window just enough to peek outside.
You look out there, and you see that you're in the middle of an abandoned city. Like a large city, like we're talking stone buildings and stuff, and you just hear the wind blowing and clattering of things against the walls, and there's a red light emitted. It's not a normal like sunny day like it was back in Northridge.
I share this information.
And shut the window?
Yes, and then promptly the window down.
Okay.
Can I look out this window and do a perception check?
Go ahead, do a perception check.
Where's my die?
Crit fail.
Yeah, it's a crit fail. I don't see anything.
So
I'm not even here.
So no, okay. So
you forgot to open the window.
You see less than what Talia just saw. There's basically some smudge against the window, and you think, well, it doesn't seem like it's horrible out there. I guess we could go check it out. Well, that's not what you say. I'm not saying that for you, but that's kind of like what you feel. Like you feel like, it doesn't seem so bad.
Intelligent saving throw to make myself not do a stupid thing.
Well, I'm not saying you're doing a stupid thing. You're just saying you wanted to look out the window and get a perception. So your perception is it's not dangerous.
What's up, Southern Comic Geek?
Yeah,
it's gotta be like cursed or some shit though. I don't trust it.
What's a
I'm
lot?
not one for sitting inside, so.
So you're wanting to go outside?
I'm gonna confer with Lanish before I do, because he is the boss here.
Yeah. And Lanish comes up. You guys are all by the door, and he's like, "Yes, Corporal." He's like, "I think we should go take a look outside."
Let's go outside.
By the way, Richard is scared shitless.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
Dick.
Yeah. And Miriam's like, "If you guys need me, just holler. But I'm just gonna hang on the couch."
Sounds about right.
Cool.
Okay. So, Alon, you're going to be the first one to go out?
I will be the first one to go out. I will do so cautiously as I can.
So, would you like to do a stealth?
No, there's no point in that. Let's not be ridiculous.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
No.
Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. Since I don't have a map or anything for this, I'm going to describe this to you guys. So, Alon, you open up the door and you can hear that howling wind more, and there is black soot and ash blowing everywhere. The sky is blackened. Where there are supposed to be white clouds, it is black. Where there's supposed to be blue skies, it is red. And all around you see this city, looking down alleyways, looking down the street. You just see abandoned buildings and abandoned houses.
All right.
Who destroyed this city?
Well, what do you think? I think we should. I think we're here. We should at least go look around for.
Go loot some burning houses.
We're not dead by walking out the door, so we got that going for us.
Mm-hmm.
Might be the only.
Can I just do a general perception check to see, like? I just don't trust it.
You can't. Yeah.
Don't do what I did and roll.
Don't trust it. A 12.
I mean, it's pretty much just what I described. That's what you're seeing. Red sky, black clouds, howling wind, ash everywhere, abandoned buildings.
Are we in the same plane of existence as we were prior?
I mean, there's no way you can just ask that question and know.
Do we see any mountains?
No, you can't see anything beyond the cityscape. You know you're in the middle of the city.
So there's tall buildings.
You said
Jeremy,
there's walls.
you are welcome to do a perception check outside, since you didn't do one outside if you want.
Use your broom.
All right, that's better. 19.
So your observation upon walking out the door is that this building sits very neatly in the spot that it appeared at, as if this was the original location of the house.
Shit. So this is where the transportation cube comes from. Huh.
Well, now I got to go look around.
Yeah.
So when he's like, all right, everybody out, and then you guys kind of walk out.
Guys, start walking up to houses and saying, retract.
I hope you didn't say that in game just now because Miriam's in the house.
Does it have Ant-Man laws of physics?
No.
Does she shrink with it as long as it's closed?
So
we open it back up and there's just blood everywhere.
So Miriam is just she's just chilling on the couch like this, she's chewing gum. And yes, gum exists in this world.
Fantasy
gum.
So she's just hanging out, she's chewing gum and all that shit. And Richard is scared. He's behind Laneige. He's like this. And he's like, you just hold on to me, little human. He's like, I'll make sure you survive this, and we're going to get you properly initiated in school. Like that. So,
oh my God.
He goes, so he starts walking in Alon. I'm assuming you're just going to pick a random street and go down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go down the street, and dead ahead of you, you see a person with tattered clothes, like digging through trash. Just one person, just digging through a pile of junk.
Zombies.
Probably.
I will try and call to that person.
Thaumaturgy?
I was actually thinking about it. It seems like intimidating would be a good way to go, but
they might run away.
So I'm just going to give a general greeting. Hey there.
We do have Lewis, Shadow Rabbit Clay Guy, joining us.
Hey.
How's it going, man?
What's up, man?
It's going well. Oh, God, I'm going to miss all you guys.
So you're not present for this, obviously, but you can give your commentary where you see fit.
I'll continue to light up the chat.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Pretend I'm not here.
So anyway, going forward, what is it you call out, Alon?
Hey there.
You just say, hey there? The person doesn't even seem like they heard you.
Well,
they're
hello
just
there.
Rubbish.
All right. Well, then I'll keep walking forward.
Toward him?
Yeah, absolutely.
How close are you getting?
I'll say I'll get within, let's say about 15 feet of him.
Okay, so this is about, I'm assuming everyone else is walking slightly behind Alon, right?
Yeah, I would have followed him.
Laneige is close. Richard's right behind him.
Or more than slightly.
I'm probably walking with Laneige.
Yeah. Okay, so you're getting about 15 feet away. And give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, here we go with this foolishness again.
Everyone?
This foolishness?
Is it just him or all of us?
No, Alon. He's the one that's 15 feet away.
Well, I don't know. Someone could be coming out from the sides, too.
What do you mean by foolishness?
That isn't. Oh, it's just a general term. I didn't mean anything by it.
I feel like my character would instinctively have her hand on her dagger, just in case.
That's an 18.
18? Awesome. Okay. So you start getting toward him, you get about 15 feet away, and the dude freaking turns around and takes a huge lunge toward you, and you just start stepping back. And you see this person is completely feral. Their eyes are glassed over, and then they're just snarling. Just,
Nice.
And I cast Charm Person.
You want to try it?
I do want to try it.
Go ahead.
I had the exact same thought.
What is that? I think you need to roll a Wisdom saving throw.
Hold on, I have it. Yeah.
19.
Damn.
But it's a -2, so it's 17.
No. Yeah, I'm 15, so.
Okay, so this thing is it's running up on Alon right now. Alon, how are you going to react to this?
I don't know. I oddly don't feel like killing it. I don't know why.
Okay.
So I think I'm just gonna try and hold him at bay with my shield, possibly.
Talia, dexterity saving throw.
Damn it. 24.
Okay, there's a window with no glass next to you that just has like the curtains blowing, and another feral human comes barreling out of it and lands on the ground like in front of you, and you just step back like that.
I'm gonna pull out my daggers and stab it. I'm gonna do that. That's gonna happen. My hand is on it. I just like duck back and draw and shank.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Watch it be a critical fail. Oh, it's a nat 20!
Okay, then double damage.
The opposite of a crit fail. That is a 1d4 plus 5. So that is 1 plus 3. That is 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 damage total.
Awesome.
And then I will.
You just like so basically you just see Talia, you just see her like go down, she's like, yeah, just
murder. And then I will use my cutting action to just kind of like step back real quick.
Okay.
We'll
So
say
it's
like
not
10
grabbing
feet.
at your feet and stuff.
Prison
Yeah.
lord.
All right.
Dagger still in hand.
So Laneige now has sword drawn. And he's like, what the hell is going on here? And you guys look down the road and you see like 3 more of these creatures just come out, like just feral humans and feral elves.
Oh.
I told you this was a bad idea. I turn to the group and say, I told you this was a bad idea. Out loud. With the bloody knife in my hand.
So, Jeremy, I'm going to give you a reaction before Laneige does anything.
Arcana check?
Okay.
Or I could cast Detect Magic too.
Do you want to use a spell slot?
I mean, I don't want to know what their alignment is. I'm pretty sure it's just evil.
Yeah.
I'll do Arcana check. 25.
Oh,
Nice.
25. Okay. Yeah. So you sense just overwhelming magic coming from the red in the sky.
Nowhere on the ground, though.
No.
Are we feeling like turning into zombies soon?
No. You don't. I haven't given you a Constitution save throw or anything like that.
Okay. My this is not in character, but my thought then is that the dome is like what could turn them all into zombie-like state.
Well, I mean, you
like knowing that there's all this magic covering the area.
You can see that there's some kind of connection for sure. You don't know what that magic is. You don't know anything about it. But your Arcana would just generally.
Are zombies considered cryptids? Are these zombies?
No. So that's something that we should have gotten into before. A cryptid is an unsubstantiated creature. So like in this world, right? You guys know there's goblins, there's orcs, there's all that kind of dragons, stuff like that. But things like like the werewolves and the what was it? The freaking troglodyte, stuff like that are unsubstantiated. There's not just a civilization of troglodytes. You know what I mean? So like things like that are things that you didn't necessarily know existed.
Well, there's not like a civilization of zombies. I mean, clearly there is, but
they're like the result of magic. Anyhow, what's that?
Think Bigfoot.
Cool. Yeah, but that's what I thought, but I wasn't 100% sure. I should have.
So that's why that book is separated from other monsters that are here, because they're not all monsters are created equal. Like I said, goblins and orcs and things of that sort that pretty much everyone in the world knows about. But no one had ever seen a troglodyte before Henry turned. No one in that room in that building had ever seen that before. So that's a good example.
Can I try something?
What?
I want to cast dancing lights.
Okay.
As torches in front of. I can do 4, so I want to put 2 in between the 2 that are in front of us, and 2 in between the 3 at the end of the hallway, because my gut instinct is telling me that they don't like fire. Or the hallway, the street, that thing. I don't know why I call it a hallway.
Okay.
TV tells me that zombies don't like fire.
Okay.
So it's a cantrip. I just create up to 4 torch-sized lights as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs can combine 4 lights into the glowing thing. That's dim light in 10 feet radius. Yeah. I make fire appear in front of them.
I'm letting you do that, but Alon gets to do something because he was actually supposed to go next. But that'll be your reaction.
That'll be my
Alon,
next
what are you
turn.
doing? You're the one furthest down the road to everyone.
Well, I haven't heard the word zombies from anyone except for like other people in our party. So, but I'm getting kind of excited about the opportunity to hit something with a hammer.
Well, you've got 4 beings, one right in front of you, and 3 of them right behind that one.
All right. Well, let's. So, first of all, bonus action, I will cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
And then, I will go hammer swinging.
All right.
Just womp.
Why the hell not?
So you're gonna hit that first one that lunged at you from the trash.
Seems to be the thing to do. We started stabbing them, so.
All right.
They coming.
I'm all for continuing some violence. Okay. All right, let's see.
That's the Elon we know and love.
Right?
Do
Play
the
your
smash.
character.
Smash, smash, smash.
Actions. 15.
That hits.
All right. Liking this dice roller. This is fun. Thank you, dice roller. 3.
Okay. You basically just bash in the shoulder of one of these fuckers. All right. So Laneige, he's starting to hack some down too because he realizes that the alley to the right of you has 2 more coming out.
Damn, son.
So what time do we say we run?
So I'm going to go through and just say ask you all one more time what you would like to do, and then Laneige is probably going to call it. So Jeremy, this is your turn to make a decision about something, and then Caroline's going to get a reaction out of her fire that she.
Well, I guess I'll target 3 of them that haven't been targeted yet.
Okay.
Scorching Ray. So I'll make a ranged spell attack for each ray. So I'm going to target 1 ray at each of them.
All right.
Well, that's a critical failure. That is a 14. Oh, wait, plus 7. So 21. That's a 25.
So you hit 2, and then the second one burns your hands a little bit. So go ahead and take 1 damage for that.
Okay. So
kind of like with the firebolt before.
Yeah, and then what on earth? Hold on. Doyle's eating something.
Okay.
He's eating cords, so
I'm going to let you finish that. But while you're doing that, I am going to say what happens to Caroline's fire is it happened the opposite of what she thought was going to happen. They are distracted by it, but they're going up and attacking the fire, and
that's
they're
fine.
Having no reaction.
As long as they're not attacking us.
Yeah, there's a few of them just going up to the lights like that.
Cool.
Gonna have a here.
Suggest we run at this opportune moment.
But Jeremy needs to finish his scorching ray. He hit the 2 of them.
Oh yes.
So that was 2d6 fire damage. So 5 on one of them and 3 on another.
All right.
Would they not be getting fire damage from the torch?
They are.
Swiping? Cool.
They are. I'm taking that all in consideration.
I just wasn't sure. I didn't know if that would be a thing.
So Alon, I'm going to go back to you and give you another opportunity to do something, and then Caroline will get something, and then.
Well, it seems that falling back would be the wise thing to do, so I'm going to start backing away.
Okay, so you start to fall back there, and Lanish says, "Everyone back to the house," like that, because this is just getting over. Now there's roughly, let's see, roughly 12 to 15 that you can see. Okay, and then Caroline, what do you want to do? As you see Alon starting to retreat, and
I'm gonna draw my bow and follow him, like turn my back and walk backwards with him.
Gotcha. Okay, you're only roughly a block away from the house. You get back there, and there are about 3 zombies walking around in front of the house.
Okay, now you're calling them zombies.
Yeah.
Turn and release.
Yeah, he said it now.
All right. Well, that changes things if you're going to call them a zombie.
Well,
now
they're like creatures.
I mean, they're medium undead is what they're classified as, but they're zombies.
Now I'm interested.
Okay. I know you are.
Can I shoot it? Or is it no?
You can do whatever you want. These things are dangerous as shit.
Well, do they see us? Like, are they in our way to get
Those 3 are
to...
just kind of moping about, but they're between you and getting to that front door.
So, Scorching Ray. I just also don't want to burn the house down.
What would happen? I could disguise myself as one of them.
You can try that.
I don't know what would happen, but I could do that.
Are you going full on Walking Dead? Or are you just going to like wear zombie?
Yeah, that was literally exactly my thought, was to just Walking Dead it through.
Oh my god.
It's just 3 of them between you and the door. Lanish is running up, and he's already going to hack one. He just fells one right there with the greatsword.
Well, fuck it. I'll shoot it with an arrow then.
Okay.
17. Hold on. 24.
That'll hit.
Um, 8 is damage.
Okay.
It's not dead.
All right. So you hurt one. You got an arrow sticking through it. And it's just moving around like nothing happened. Like that. Okay. So Jeremy.
Cast Firebolt.
Okay. At the same one she just hit with an arrow?
Yeah. 1d10. That's 4 fire damage.
Okay. Doesn't fell it, but there you go. Alon?
So I'm going to pull out the blue stone that you have, that I have.
Okay.
And see if it's doing anything.
Okay. So you just pull it out?
Oh, wait, because it...
It's
yeah,
just,
I'm
it
curious.
removes curses.
It's illuminating like that. Just as it's done before when you've pulled it out and looked at it.
So it's not doing anything out of the ordinary?
No. It's
Okay.
not as it is with you just holding it.
Throw it at someone.
So what does it look like in front of us right now?
You got a zombie with an arrow sticking through it that's getting burned up. You got one that Lanish just took down. You've got another one that's now realizes you were there and it's walking toward you.
All right.
Behind you, there's about a dozen of them.
Behind us, meaning not between me and the house.
Yeah, where you guys just came from.
Okay. How far away are they?
20 feet at this point. 30 feet, roughly. They're scattered. They're not in a horde or anything like that.
How fast can they go?
Would you say they're within 30 feet?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to turn undead then.
Okay.
So every undead within 30 feet of me has to make a DC saving throw of 15.
Okay.
A wisdom saving throw, or they will immediately be forced to turn and run away from me.
There are 5 of them within 30 feet, including the one that the 2 that they're attacking. There's about 3 more back there that you guys are running from that you guys damaged already.
No worries.
So They need to make DC saving throws, right?
Yeah, they need to beat a 15 on a wisdom saving throw.
14. So there's one fail. Wait, no, actually it's -2 because they have less than that. So 3. Okay, fail. Fail, but barely. Success. Fail. So 4 out of 5 failed.
Well, for the next minute, they must all take their entire turns running or getting as far away from me as possible.
Okay. You see them like doubling back, all that jazz.
Is one of the ones running away one of the ones that I was attacking?
Yes.
Can I attack of opportunity it to shoot it in the back and try and kill it?
Sure.
You want your arrow?
Because I want to take it. I want to study it. 16 plus 7, that hits.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not mathing.
These things are really weak on their own.
6 plus 5, that's an 11 damage.
Oh, and that killed it.
Cool.
You did hit it in the back because Alon got it to turn away. So
yes, that was the intention.
He's like dead, like 5 feet in front of the door for the house.
I feel like we should study it.
Okay. Well, the other one is running away there.
Or
so
yeah, either way, I wanted the experience.
Laneige and Richard are going straight for that front door. So they go in the front door. What do you guys do?
I mean, there's nobody else in front of us now, right?
No, there's the one zombie that's running away. He's way out of the way now. But you're hearing the drones
still walking with my like bow drawn towards. I would follow them, but still be like facing outwards, walking backwards towards the door. Like
so you're going like okay, so you're going in the house like Laneige's going in the house. Yeah. Richard goes in the house.
Miriam's or like at least to the front door, as far as I can get.
I mean, I'm going to be headed to get into the house.
Okay. So, Alon, you're the furthest back, but you just cast that spell. So, we're going to go back to Alon. What do you do now?
I will continue backing towards the house.
Okay. You do. So, you realize your Turn the Undead is working right there. And what did you do with the stone?
Still in my hand. I kind of wanted to see what it did when I did the Turn Your Undead thing.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I'm just checking because, yeah. Anyway, so you start backing toward the door and you realize that there's a bigger horde than you thought. You look down both streets. You're looking at easily 35 to 50 zombies within your proximity.
We can take them, guys.
They're descending on the house, basically.
Nice.
Too bad.
And they're moving faster too, by the way.
Just yell, get inside.
Yeah, sure, buddy. So, Alon, I'll give you one last thing you can do. Before everyone basically is inside and you're in front of the door. Is there anything else?
I grabbed my arrow out of the guy's back on the way in.
Okay.
I'm going to drag the whole zombie inside.
Okay.
Dead one.
Can you give me a athletics check?
Yeah,
Can I assist?
Let's see what his check is first.
Cool. Lean out the door and just yank it.
That is a nat 20.
Nice.
Excellent.
You don't need any help.
You turn around to see if he needs help. He goes, nope. He grabs it and pulls that fucker in. Dead zombie's laid there on the freaking floor.
I slam the door shut.
Yeah. So Miriam is kicked back on the couch and she's like, what the fuck is going on? Like that.
I run over
on the couch.
What?
I throw the zombie on the couch with Miriam.
I run over to the book
Weekend
to
it burns
start
it.
getting us ready to leave.
Does anybody have a response to Miriam?
What did you say? What's going on?
She says, what the fuck
Zombies.
is going on?
To be Miriam.
Just zombies.
What's that, Nola?
I said, just sit there and continue to be Miriam.
Okay. All of a sudden, the glass breaks open. Zombie comes out. He grabs fucking Miriam and he's pulling her out the window.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. That means we got to close that window now.
Well, the shutters.
I need another fucking lodestone. So
the shutters have to be closed, but they have to be glass.
I'm going to point at the creature grabbing Miriam and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. Where is the important part?
And as she's doing that, I'll cast Sacred Flame.
Wisdom saving throw. If you fail, you take 3d6 psychic damage, and that person has to get as far away from me as possible.
I rolled a 14 minus 2.
Oh, I'm 13. Suck it. 3d6 psychic damage, and he gets as far away. So that's 1. That's a 6, so that's 7. And that's another 1, so that's 8 damage total.
Okay.
Super cool.
So, and you fire Sacred Flame?
I did.
Is there any chance that that would hit Miriam?
No, it
Correct.
focuses on the target.
Okay, awesome. Okay,
But
so
you do have a dexterity 15 saving throw.
all right, 7 minus 2.
That is not 15.
So what kind of damage am I looking at?
You took 8.
Okay.
8
All right, so this
radiant-
fucking thing's like,
eight
it
radiant
lets her
damage.
go, and it falls back out the window and shit. So I'm assuming
When
one
the
of you is going to want to shut
shutter's
the shutter. Huh?
Yeah. I
You'll
jumped
do that?
real hard.
You run up, so you're holding it back, right, while he's running
Yeah.
to the... So
I
you
yell
also-
at everyone, hold the windows shut.
Yeah, so you're here. So Lanish is like barricaded up against the door because that's the main point of
Hold
entry.
the door.
Now, you could just hear like, battering
Oh,
the
no.
Oh no!
Okay, so Jeremy,
Wizard, make
Because
it
the Northridge.
take us to Northridge. Okay, so face out. You don't hear the howling wind. You don't hear the zombies anymore, and you hear the sound of nature outside.
You could have taken us to the haunted house.
We want to come back and get you, Wolfgar. We can't take you to the haunted house with take us to the haunted house without you.
Me and Phil are partying, drinking that
Well-
mead.
We've got the zombie.
So Lanish, who's relieved that he doesn't have to hold that door shut anymore, he says, "Wizard, maybe you should scratch that out again."
I'm just gonna write next to Odell, "Zombies beware."
Okay.
Zombies,
All
comma.
zombies open inside.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I
So
still feel pretty good
zombies
about our
open.
chances back there.
No.
Just saying.
Okay. Well, I mean, considering that the moment you step foot into this region of the world is a hellscape.
Considering we had Richard,
I would like to point out that
Wait,
I
did Richard
said
get
this
back
was
in?
a bad idea.
Yeah, Richard went in. He was like the second one through the door.
Richard Red Shirt.
Richard again.
Richard.
Richard again.
So, yeah, so Lanish says, what do you want to do with that body, cleric?
Eat the Cheeto in my mouth.
Side note, do we get any experience? Because I
You do.
just killed one.
You do.
Yeah.
2 on fire, 1 on fire, 2 on fire.
Throw it in
Some
the
of them.
aqueduct.
So it's going to be a very small amount of experience, but you did explore a region of the world that has not been seen by this region of the world in many, many years. So coupled with that and the zombies, then I am going to give you each 30 experience.
So, I would, I would say we'll do. I think the wizard would do well to investigate the zombie, and I'll do like a medicine check or something on it to see if there's anything I can figure out about it. Or,
Medicine check. That's awesome.
just something to see if we can figure out how this thing ended up the way it is.
Yeah. You know what? Go ahead and do
Can
that.
I do a basic investigation? Would anything come of that or no?
What skill am I rolling here, Danny?
I want you to do a medicine check. That's not a bad idea.
All right. $15.
Okay, so basically you determine that, overall, this guy was in decent physical health and shape, but in your investigating, you do notice that he's not wearing clothes of the period at all.
Maybe clothes.
Can I do a history check? See if I've heard any stories? We traveled on the road. Maybe we stopped and heard a story or something.
Go ahead, do a history check.
Well, it could also be you'd identify the clothes from the period.
That is a 9.
Yeah, nothing outside of what Jeremy told. Now, Jeremy, what do you want to do?
I guess I'll do an Arcana check on him now that he's out of that area.
Yeah, okay.
Smart. See if you've got the magic.
And I critically failed.
Ugh. You're
Seriously?
not rolling well.
I'm switching out to a new die.
So you're
When
ready
the
to
good rolls out.
you're
like,
ready to faint over that whole experience.
I was going to do an investigation also, but I don't think I can now.
I'm just going to say that generally, like the cleric felt somewhat okay because he was able to turn undead and stuff like that. But the general vibe that everyone, include the NPCs, and I'm assuming all of you, is that was a very scary situation to be in and rush to go back to.
God no.
We'll wait till we have a few more levels behind us.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely warrants further investigation in the future. And Laneige is saying now. Remember, Laneige is like a level 6, and he's even saying like, I wouldn't go back there without an army. So
without maybe another
battalion of students,
elf.
Yeah, another quadruple the amount of team we had.
Maybe another dwarf.
The commandant.
Need some good berries.
Maybe
I feel pretty good.
An elf we left behind in another city. Maybe a gnome we left behind in another city.
Maybe someone who owns an armory.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I have an intense desire to go purge that city now.
Soon, young one.
One of Alon's new life goals.
Yeah, I kid you not.
Okay.
I have a desire to do that, but also not anytime soon.
Yeah, I would say just speaking like out of game here, based
We're
on
all
what I'm
very
looking at in my notes and what I've concocted with this, that was more or less like one of those things where you like got to glimpse a part of a game later on.
I wanna fuck around and find out much later on.
If your regular stuff that you're encountering does all that, then like what's behind it? You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But you know that it's there, it's out there. It's been there 100 years. It ain't going anywhere.
It'll stand 100 years more.
So what are you guys gonna do with the body?
Burn it.
I guess we should burn it after we've like done all of our looking, poking and prodding.
I feel pretty good about burning it.
You want to burn it? Okay.
Outside
Let's
the
take
house.
it to the place where we burn bodies.
Sure. Yeah. Well, you have a trash heap kind of a place outside the school that you can go burn.
We have a regular place to burn bodies now.
Yeah. I get Ulfgar and I say, we got to take this to the spot. We got some
just be like, we got another body to burn.
It's turning evening now, and Ulfgar, Ulfgar and Bean are both assigned to the night watch, so you do find Ulfgar getting up and getting ready for his night watch.
Aren't you guys in Northridge though?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah, like
you're welcome to take its head.
That's why you guys
We
weren't
can kill
assigned.
it. Means nothing to me.
Well, that's why you guys weren't there, because you were assigned to the night watch, and they did all their stuff during the day.
Hey, did I miss anything?
Nope.
Nothing.
Not a thing. Have an apple.
I assume somebody's going to explain to you at some point, but
Yeah.
So
we'll wait for
remember that city
him and
we
Dean to be
wanted us
together.
to go to? We went there.
That a
We'll
boy.
be back.
I
We'll be
applaud your
back.
bravery.
you just see them like hauling the body over to the trash heap to burn it, and they're like,
That looks like none my. Now just keep walking.
It smells suspiciously like the wizard's food.
Critical fail.
Burnt
A little bit
crisp.
better, honestly.
Yeah,
so
you're probably right.
we'll bring the map back up here. You guys left the cube, and Laneige is basically like, "Come, Richard." He says, "Let's fully bring you into the fold." And they go in to give him his adept status.
Dum-bum-bum.
Yep. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Ulfgar. We'll let you guys hang back a little bit since he just came in. Ulfgar, you're about to start your night watch. Do you have anything that you'd like to do before your duties precede you?
Did I get filled in on my compatriots' exploits for the day?
We'll say, yeah, you came out to see what they were up to, and then you saw them hauling that body over there, and they kind of told you what happened.
Oh, I have new action figures to
Did
make.
they are? Oh yeah. Okay. I figure I would have just walked over, checked on the store while everyone was away, and now I'm ready for my night watch.
Okay. Yep. So you're just getting assigned to a guard tower for the night, and we'll wrap this down here at this segment, and you guys will, turn in for the night. All that Miriam turns in. that whole sort of thing. And let's have some fun here. Let's do this. Let's actually go to, we haven't brought this map up in a while. Why did these keep moving around? All right. So yeah,
Fancy Pants.
Yeah, Fancy Pants is gone. Phil is up for his night watch, so he's out and about. And Commandant is not here. And Jeremy, you would be downstairs.
I'm downstairs somewhere.
And Lewis, you're out with Phil doing the night watch. So you guys are coming in to turn in for the night. Do you guys have anything that you want to do upstairs that maybe you've never tried doing?
No.
You don't have anything, Mom? Okay. What about Nola? It's okay if the answer's no.
Not really. Not me.
Okay. I'm just giving opportunity here.
I'm not an inquisitive sort for the most part.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so anyway, so you guys turn in and it's a normal night and a couple days go by, we'll say, and that Lewis is off of the night watch and Phil is on town patrol. So we're back there. And okay, I'll bring you back, Lewis. Richard is on food duty. Laneige is in the commandant's office going through paperwork while he's away. Okay. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm going to spend some time studying that blue stone somewhere where I'm not obvious.
Okay, sure. And what would you like to do about it?
Just to see if I can figure anything out about it. Maybe I'll go into a prayer and just hold it and see if anything happens, or if I can do a perception check on it, or
do a religion check.
And here's one of the weird things of D&D. Religion has nothing to do with wisdom.
Intelligence.
Yep. Come on, die. Be good to me. It's a 16.
16? Okay, yeah. So you do feel the energy emanating from it, and as you were, kind of told before or figured before that, your line of clerics, your religion, they had talked about this being this is something we talked about without them, so they're hearing this for the first time. So that there were these mythical stones that may come from a place where there's many of them, and that some of the older clerics had joked that if these stones were what they say they were, then they could replace the need for clerics. It was a joke, but they said could replace it. But as you're sitting there meditating and doing that, you recall back that story, and you feel the energy that's very similar to your own divine power coming out of the stone.
Okay. Do I have any inclination on how it, on if it's an item, if it works, if it does things, or if it just exists?
Okay, so you realize that if someone who wasn't like a cleric or a paladin or whatever, not a holy warrior, if they were to hold this stone and they were to touch somebody with it, then it would have similar effects on that person or whatever, or the holy ground, holy water, all that sort of thing, as if a cleric came in and did it, if that makes sense. Like, for example, okay, I'll just give you an example. Like, if you basically realize that if you took a bucket of tap water and you dropped this stone in there and let it sit for a moment, then that holy water might as well have been blessed by a cleric. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So that sort of thing. Or, like if you're dealing with a demonic possession, like where you'd lay hands on someone or something like that sort of thing. And then, okay, so one thing because you rolled a 16, right?
Yep.
I'll give you one more cool thing to chew on here. You realize that back there at that city, if somebody, say Miriam or Talia, or anyone who's not a holy warrior, basically, if they had been holding the stone and a zombie got close enough to them, holding the stone out would basically do the same thing as turn undead. But you would have to make contact.
Got it.
So there you go. You did learn a fair bit about.
So, can that stone heal people?
Like from injuries?
Yeah, because he has like healing capabilities, right?
It has a light heal to it. It can prevent someone from dying. It's mortally wounded, but it won't restore HP or anything like that. So I'll go ahead and give you that one free too.
I figured that fell under clerical duties.
Everything else that basically hasn't been said, Jeremy discovered in his book about the Blue Mountain.
I'll show a little powwow.
Yeah. So let's go to you, Caroline, then. What do you want to do?
Repeat yesterday, but with better rolls. I want to
Okay.
look for lodestones and good berries. This time, instead of going by the river, I'm going to go like, okay, this is the school. Here-ish.
All right. Okay. Yeah, because I took the map down. Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna look for a good berry or lodestone first.
Lodestone first. We'll do it.
Okay.
So, investigation or nature? Okay.
Investigation.
Oh, shit, I dropped my dice. That's not the way I wanted to drop it. Ooh, an 11 plus 5 investigation, 16.
Okay. I'm going to say you do find a lodestone.
Oh, yeah. I can mend things.
You find a lodestone.
That's fine. That's all I needed.
So you consume the lodestone when you mend something?
Well, no, I want to have multiple of them around. I don't trust that I won't lose it or get it stolen or like drop it. So like one is good,
right.
2 is better, multiple is best. I want to keep like 2 everywhere.
So then we're going to go.
Only got 1.
We're going to go to Lewis then and give him a chance to tinker.
You know something? I've been wanting to learn how to cook for a while, so I think I'm going to go to the kitchen and see who's on chef duty.
Are you going to do it on your? Okay, so you're not going to say yeah. So okay, well,
Not going to ask the guy who's burnt food a few times.
So you go there and there's no one in the kitchen right now, but you do see Richard in the food storage area, and he's like sorting through. His job right now is like to tally up all the items that are in there. So that's the only person around you.
I'll ask him if he knows anything about cooking. Say, hey there, young human.
And he's like very basic stuff, but I mean, I suppose we could learn together.
I know how to eat raw. So anything will be an improvement.
Okay.
If only I can get up to the level of the wizard and make such wonderful tasting and smelling food one day.
So would you like to try to cook with Richard?
Yeah.
Then let's both roll survival checks.
Critical.
Oh, now I got 15 plus 16.
I got a 15.
Okay, nice. So we didn't burn down the school?
You're sitting there and you're having fun.
The best meal made at that school.
You guys are having a good time, and you're actually putting together a little something that ain't too bad.
All right. So yeah, after I'm done cooking.
Do you want to try eating it?
I will.
Okay. He's going to try to eat it. Both of you
roll.
Constitution saving throws. Nat 20? Dude, you realize that you just yourself made food better than you've had in a long time.
I eat quite a bit of it, and then I offer. I go out and I say, like, "Oi, I cooked something edible. Anyone want to try? I want to see if you go blind."
So Nola and Jeremy are present, so they could hear you say that. Probably they're not in the kitchen, but they're around the school right now.
If I hear it, I'll go try it.
Okay, then give me a Constitution saving throw.
Look at me, constituting.
I kill Nola.
I guess I probably would be like, well, let's see if this is better than what I can do.
Huh. That is 22.
Okay. Yeah, you really like it too. You're like, damn, nephew, this is good.
Man, we just don't like the same food. That's an 8.
You rolled an 8?
Wait. Yeah, an 8.
So that's interesting because I was going to wait to tell you, but Richard rolled a 6.
So the dwarves like this food.
So
excellent dwarf food.
We're going to have you guys
High
just
quality dwarven food.
You guys are just chopping it up and eating, and we're going to cut to Talia. And then if she comes back, you can offer her some too. But let's see what she's doing.
I want to find good berries / apples.
Okay. Nature check.
One would be lower than the other. That was not a good roll. Oh, that actually wasn't that bad. 12, 15.
Okay. Well, you do find some apples.
So, I want to put the house isn't up, is it? I was gonna say I want to put him in the house.
Technically, he didn't retract it, but I would assume he did.
I'm gonna bring him to the wizard's office, and if he's in there, say I want to put these in the house, and if not, I'm gonna put a little note card that says, "Please put these in the house." Talia.
Okay. Sure. So you come back there, and everyone's in the Great Hall, so you see Jeremy right there.
Cool. I walk up to the wizard and I say, "Let's put these in the house."
And Lewis, you offer her some food?
I will take it.
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, this is awful. That's a 5.
So you don't like it either.
This is dwarf food.
Yeah, that worked out.
My constitution
It's
is
an acquired
+0,
taste.
by the way. It is.
I'm going
not
to run to the restroom, and then we'll have something interesting.
I didn't know you were in game.
Everybody enjoy our blank screens.
I think he tried the food too.
I clap the nephew on the back and say, "By God, it's like being home."
Oh man, everybody but the dwarf skunt failed. That's amazing.
So, Jeremy, what indie books do we need to pick up this week?
What's happening this week?
Maybe Walesville.
What?
Bad idea.
Oh, is that coming out this week? I just have it on pre-order. I have no idea when it's coming out.
Let's see. It is on pre-order.
Kid Collector. What's up, kid?
Nice. What's up?
What's up, Kid Collector?
Shadecraft is this week, I believe.
All right. Hey, Kid Collector, what's happening, man? So, okay, awesome. So you guys were chilling out, having food. Did you have fun entertaining the chat while I was gone?
Yeah, we brought Kid Collector and we gave him a call and said, "Hey, man, get your ass over here."
So, hey, we got Vampirellas up in here.
Yeah.
All right. So
Bring Art Vandalay with you.
You guys are all hanging out. Phil's out on a town patrol. You guys are all hanging out, and you hear a loud, thunderous sound come out from the training yard.
Is it thunder?
You just hear just a big and it's like a bright, sunny summer day. So
I want to go check it out.
So I assume you all go check it out?
Of course. That sounds interesting.
I grab a turkey leg or whatever I cooked and walk towards with them.
Wait, what? You two were talking at the same time.
I would run towards it, not walk, but I would be alarmed.
Okay. Running.
I pick up a turkey leg or whatever I cooked and walk after everybody.
Okay. All right.
Following behind.
Just chomp.
You guys come out to the training yard, and you see all the students that were training, including Laneige out there instructing. They're all kind of forming a circle around a human male that is standing there with a white jacket and a scorpion printed on it, and he's looking confused.
It's Fancy Pants.
Doesn't look anything like Fancy Pants.
I mean, is anybody saying anything, or is it just dead?
He's just kind of looking around, and he's just he goes, "Well, I know some of you." And he turns, and you see once he sees Sergeant Laneige, he actually says, "Sergeant Laneige, You're alive, but I saw you sacrifice to the lizard cult. And then he says, where's Hedion and Ikindu and Enoch and Arun and Fector?
Uh-oh.
I don't know that last name.
Yeah, and so he's asking,
or the first one.
So all that.
Can I do a perception check on with the Laneige? That's who he called out.
He's talking.
See how he's reacting. Can I do a perception check and see how he's reacting to this?
Yeah, go
As
ahead.
like he says these people's names.
Insight.
I'm also
Insight?
detecting magic. I'm going to detect
Insight is 17 plus 3, dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Dirty 20.
Okay. So, so you can see that Laneige has no idea who this guy is. Jeremy, are you doing you're doing your...
If I'm close enough to, like, I think it's like within 30 feet or something.
You detect that he is chaotic good.
Can I turn to him and shout, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, but you wouldn't be much different than everyone else. Everyone else is kind of like, what the hell? So then he starts explaining. He goes, oh my God, I know what this is. He's like, this has happened before. He says, so I have this power that allows me to teleport to places that I have been before. Very similar to the teleportation cube or transportation cube. He says, I can do that. However, it has gone haywire on me before and has sent me to other realms and other timelines, usually for a few minutes, few hours, never more than a day. And I think I'm in another timeline because I saw Laneige die.
Is this Elric?
What?
Well, he doesn't know who he is.
Can I walk up to him and offer him the chicken leg and say, you seem confused, friend. Why don't you tell us your name?
He says, my name is Winslow, and I was a student at this school, but I believe in another reality. And he says, things look different around here. And about this time, the gates are opening up, and the Commandant is returning from his mission. And he takes the chicken leg, but he doesn't bite into it yet. And everything seems kind of amicable with him. You know, you're not like, nobody feels threatened. They're just all trying to figure out where this guy came from. He turns to the Commandant. He says, Commandant, you're back. I haven't seen you since. He says, oh my God, the vampires haven't attacked here yet.
Dun, dun, dun.
I want all four of you to give me a religion check right now.
Ooh. I don't have terrible religion. And then roll a crit fail.
7.
Ooh, 15 plus 3, 18.
19.
19.
Are vampires considered cryptids?
What, Caroline, what was your number?
18.
Okay, and Nola?
21.
Nice.
Okay.
Killing
here's
it.
the deal. So Lewis and Caroline, you guys rolled the lowest. So the two of you going forward with the rest of this little cinematic and everything, you two do not believe that vampires exist despite the other things that you've seen in the world. The lore about them seems too absurd to believe.
But are they cryptids?
They would definitely be considered cryptids.
So they would have been in my book. So what do I
They
know
are.
about cryptids? Even though I don't believe in them, what do I know about them?
Yeah. Because like that's not something that people just see all the time, for sure.
Sounds like hooey, but I'd love to hit one with an axe.
Yeah, we can get back to that, Caroline, but you guys are in the middle. You're not just gonna like spout off all the things you know about vampires.
No, But I would like to know before I need to know, you know?
Yeah. So, everyone's basically shocked at this, obviously. I saw Jeremy's reaction. If I was Sith, I'd clip that. Because Jeremy's reaction to him saying that. And Winslow says, what's today's date? And, another student basically tells him, and it's midsummer, of course, this is like probably mid-July, I think, at this point, from where you guys have been. And Winslow says, good, then there's still time. And he turns to the Commandant. He says, Commandant, Morgana is still alive. She didn't die that night. She's trying to create Daywalker rings for Lord Byron. They're going to attack the school and try to capture students to fill their ranks. Lassard says, what do you know of Morgana? in a stern voice. And he says, Winslow just says, Lassard, I helped you destroy her in my timeline. And Lassard says, nonsense. I don't know you. I insist you prepare yourself for departure and leave the school at once. I do not want to see you here again. And the Commandant storms off.
Can I stop the Commandant?
What do you want to say?
I want to tell him that he is chaotic good. He is not evil. He doesn't seem to have nefarious purposes.
And he says, Wizard, I suggest you remember the chain of command. And he just walks off. This is the sternest you've ever seen him. What's that?
Would he have a tracker stone?
Does he have one?
If he's a student.
You want to ask him?
Yeah, I want to prove it. You're a student.
He pulls
and I just hold up the stone, yeah.
And then you say, find Winslow?
Yeah. And I just, I'm assuming it happens. I just kind of shrug and I'm like, well.
Yeah.
I mean.
So Commandant storms off and Winslow just seems kind of taken aback by it also.
Kid Collector's excited for Vampirella to show up with the vampires.
That is funny. That is hilarious. So Laneige steps forward and he says, I believe I may be able to provide some context. So, yeah, you guys are at a very interesting point of the story, obviously. So here's what Laneige tells you. He says, many years ago, long before the founding of this school, even before the Commandant and I traveled together, there was a highly respected and powerful cleric named Grayman. Lassard, a young warrior at the time, was tasked with protecting Grayman as he traveled the countryside and vanquished evil. All manner of demons, poltergeists, lichens, and vampires. Grayman had an apprentice, the young and beautiful cleric named Morgana. Together, the three of them became well known across the lands, taking jobs wherever they journeyed. Grayman's arch enemy, the ancient vampire lord Excelsior, had numerous battles with the old cleric, but he somehow escaped every time. One day, the group located Excelsior and engaged him. The old cleric and the vampire lord were both killed in the battle, but Excelsior's successor, Byron, soon made himself known. By this point, Lassard and Morgana had fallen in love with each other and carried forth Grayman's work by attacking Lord Byron. The battle was fierce, and Byron dispensed all sorts of creatures of the night at Lassard as Morgana held her own against him. Ultimately, Byron was defeated and until now presumed dead. But the young cleric, Morgana, received a mortal wound during their battle. Lassard buried her on a small hill and struck across to her grave to be sure she didn't rise. It was not long after that he met myself and Elric the Alchemist and journeyed with us for many years until we settled here in Northridge and started the school. Anybody got any reactions to that?
I mean,
so that was his lady.
I still don't believe in vampires, but sure.
Yes, the two of you you're skeptical. It's not you could be convinced because you didn't believe in werewolves either.
That's fair.
So Winslow says it's true, and there's still time to save the school. In my timeline, they caught us off guard. I was returning from a mission with my party, and we found the school ransacked. Many students were killed, and several were taken by Byron's subordinates to be turned into vampire spawn. I'm not sure how much time I have here, but I'll do what I can to help while I'm available.
May have to stay in the city because Lassard's not too happy.
Yeah, he does not seem to be like a fan of yours.
So what's up, Johnny, who joined us, and Kid Collector still hanging out? He says, "Tell me some vampire." It is funny that he came as the vampire storyline starts.
He knew.
He was like, "Wait a second, somebody's talking about."
So recap: as far as they are aware, she is hardcore dead, murdered, dead, straight dead.
Yeah, and up until this point, Byron was assumed to have been killed too. Lassard never thought once about him still being around.
Say, there's an easy way to check if someone's body's in a grave.
Are we above desecrating a grave? Absolutely not.
Where was? Do we know where she was buried? Does Laneige know where she was buried?
Lanish says, I do not know. This was many years ago. I believe 19 years ago when this happened. I've
Does
known
Winslow?
Winslow's like, I have no idea. I don't know anything about any of this. All I remember is the battle that took place, and it was horrible.
Where did the battle take place? Where did the battle take place? The one at the school?
Yes. The school was ransacked.
So I know this isn't going to work, but since I just saw Talia do it, I pull out my stone and I say, "Find Morgana."
Interesting. It does not react.
But she wasn't a student at the school.
No, school didn't even exist till years
Was
ago. Killed, basically.
Oh, fuck.
Again, I saw her do it, so I'm just.
What are their names again? Morgana.
Can you? Okay, I would like Nola. Nola, will you give me a religion check?
You're mute.
Yeah, you're mute.
Alon the mute.
Don't take that vow.
What did you roll?
10.
10? Okay. Yeah. So you don't know anything about this particular cleric, but you do know that, obviously, like yourself, there are many clerics out in the world that have done this sort of thing, travel around and slay them and everything, but you don't know much about Morgana. Or you don't know anything about Morgana.
By the way, I said a shit ton of funny stuff there, just so you know.
Really?
Yeah. It was great.
Cool. So, so Winslow just says, what I suggest we do, or you do, however, I could disappear at any time. This has happened before. But I suggest you prepare the school in any way you can. Holy water, garlic, whatever you can think of. Be on your toes. He says, I do believe you have time. You said it's midsummer. We were attacked in late summer. I do not know the exact day because I was away when the battle took place. The initial battle took place. I came back to find it ransacked.
Did they attack the town as well?
There were people in the town that had encounters, but for the most part, the town was left alone.
So now I want to ask what I know about vampires.
Okay, that's perfectly. Let me grab.
What did I learn from my book?
Yeah, you do know quite a bit actually, and Nola, of course, you believe in them. You're a cleric. You believe in them, but you have never encountered one, obviously. Hold on a second. Here we go. Okay. So, what you do know is that they are extremely fierce, and that they can transform into bats and werewolves, and that they cannot enter the residence of someone without being invited in. And
does that include if there's grounds with a gate, or only 4 walls?
Well, what that constitutes is someone in the residence has to officially declare that they do not invite evil in. But a normal resident
clear my throat and then immediately declare I do not allow evil inside.
Sure, because you are a resident here. That's fine. But a normal residence, they can come and go as they want. Now, here's the thing. If a vampire were invited in, that vampire can invite other vampires in.
Yeah.
Cool.
You also know that when someone is bitten by a vampire, they will turn into a vampire spawn if that vampire is not killed by the time the sun comes up.
There's still time to save them.
Yes. And a vampire will be a vampire spawn unless it is either killed, the vampire that turned it is killed, which will release them and become a normal vampire, or if that vampire gives the vampire spawn some of its own blood, then it makes it a full-fledged independent vampire.
Willingly?
Yes. Or, well, either way, if he gets some of his blood.
Okay.
You also know that that they obviously don't deal with sunlight. You heard Winslow mention Daywalker rings. Nola, I'm going to assume with your role a minute ago that you know what that means, and you can explain to the others. A Daywalker ring is a very, very difficult thing to make that only a cleric could make, something similar to the spellcasting ring. But when worn by a vampire, it loses their sun resistant. They're still resistant to the sun. They don't want to be around bright light, but it won't kill them. So you do not. It's an extremely rare item. You've never seen one. But you do know that is something that someone like a cleric.
If a human wears one of those, or like a non-vampire,
it would have no effect. It would just be like a nice piece of jewelry.
All right. Anything else? Weaknesses?
Yeah, so there's actually quite a bit. They can also turn into mist, all that sort of stuff. There,
what?
A lot of the general things you know about vampires outside of.
I didn't know they could do that.
Huh?
I didn't know they could do that.
That's one thing that they can do. Yeah.
Turn into mist.
Yeah, they could turn to a cloud of mist and move from room to room if they wanted.
They turn into a shadow?
No, not if you're thinking the shadow that you guys fought, then no. That was its own thing. He vaporized or whatever. But no, they can't do that.
You never did
they can
get
call
them up,
forth children of the night, so they can call forth things like bats and wolves and owls and all that kind of stuff. Other versions of undead. In a nuclear option situation, they could call forth zombies if there were some in the area.
Can they create zombies, or they can only call forth
Write
ones?
that shit down with
The other thing is
underlining.
with the vampire spawn. So a vampire typically doesn't turn someone into another vampire spawn more than once in a night because it does a drain on their health to do it. That doesn't mean they can't. They can, but in this case, Winslow would explain, that they were able to save a lot of the students because when they found some of the students, they were in coffins and had not been turned yet because they had not. They methodically turned people into spawn.
Cool.
So there you go.
Weaknesses?
Stakes to the heart, sunlight, holy water, typical stuff. Holy relics. Holy
wish.
So here's the thing, like in Nola's case, right? If you had, I don't know specifics to your religion, I would assume a hammer of your group would be a holy relic, right? So a hammer that's nicely done for his religion and stuff, with him using it, would be a holy relic that would do more damage to a vampire than normal. But there's a catch to it. A holy relic will only work if you have faith in your religion. So using it as like let's just say, for example, Talia, let's just say that your character is a Christian, we'll just say, right? Just easy to say. You pull up a cross and you give me a 11 on a religion check while using it, it ain't doing shit. You pull up a 19 and you're going to be able to fiend back.
What would happen if I used wooden arrows soaked in holy water? Could I get double damage?
Probably not without a really high roll.
Okay, well, what's a really high roll?
I don't know. Because I've never heard anyone
I want to try
suggest
that. I just want to fuck around and find out.
Well, you don't know because there might not even be vampires.
But I would still prepare.
What were you saying?
Do we know if they're susceptible to any sorts of metals? Precious metals, silver, or anything?
No, they don't have the same kind of immunity like a werewolf.
What if they're in werewolf form?
They don't turn into werewolves. They can turn into wolves.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I interpreted that as werewolves for some
No.
reason.
Yeah,
they can just turn into wolves. The other thing that you do know is that vampires, this is something that Winslow tells you, it's not something from the book, that the vampires strategically attack about an hour before midnight usually when they attack, because they do it deep enough in the night where people are comfortable and lax and all that, but have enough night to carry out their duty, what they were trying to do.
They wouldn't.
The best time to attack a vampire in its lair or wherever it's hiding out is actually between the hours of 3 and 4, because this will put enough time between you and sunrise to where if you can wear the vampire out, then it can be exposed to the sun. But the vampire will also be frantic at that time because they know that their time before the sun comes up. So they're more likely to make mistakes.
Would blessed weapons do any extra sort of damage, or just in general be
A
good?
blessed weapon doesn't do any more than what Nola's blessed weapon can do normally. Like whenever he blesses your weapons, it doesn't do anything like that.
So if we were trying to contain one with chains and we then blessed those chains, nothing would happen. Listen, I'm just speaking out loud
you have to
to
play
the group with creative ideas.
So here's the thing, right? The two of you need to play your character as if you don't believe in it.
Okay, that's fair.
That's the whole reason you had that role. So you need to go forward until you have a reason to believe in a vampire. You don't need to be sitting there coming up with ways to take them out.
What's funny is your character knows the most about vampires. Yeah. And
I mean,
I'll
offer up. I will share that information with the group. Especially I as a character may not, but I would hope that someone would tell everyone to not invite people into fucking groups.
Hi, future man. How does steel work on them?
But I would share the information I know.
So he reaches in his coat and he pulls out a hatchet and he says, "Well, this took care of Morgana just fine in my timeline."
Yikes.
Did you chop her head off?
Did you really ask him that?
I say.
I feel like Ulfgar would ask that though, not me.
I would think that his answer was just enough right there with that.
It just seemed like it the way he's holding it. You know,
yeah.
Like.
Then I'll keep that with my night blanket.
Okay. So do you have any other questions for Winslow? I'm gonna go around the room here, starting with Alon. Do you have any other questions for Winslow before something happens and he disappears?
I do not.
Caroline, do you have any more questions for Winslow?
I just want him to convince me.
Hey,
roll a d20.
Johnny's spinning all kinds of stuff. Queen of the Damned, yeah, that's great. Lost Boys is great. Wrestling RPG. Hey, man, I should actually get the RPG in the mail any day. The creator messaged me the other day and said that they're finally shipping.
Nice.
So
I think I'm just going to tell him I still don't believe you. Is there anything else you can tell me to convince me?
He says, well, I know that you were trained by Commandant just the same as all the rest of us. I'm sure he can tell you how real vampires are. And then
that doesn't convince me.
So, Jeremy?
How did you do the whole transportation thing where you arrived here?
He said I was raised on the coast, and my family protected this lighthouse that had a strange orb of energy. And one day I got too close to that lighthouse, and it imbued me with this power. And the power allows me to call up memories of places in which I've been before, and I can transport back to them.
There's totally a creature trapped inside your lighthouse, just FYI. Some magical bullshit.
Okay.
So where you didn't happen to live in a city that's called Odell, did you?
He says, no, I've never heard of such a place.
Never been to Odell?
Yeah, and Lewis, do you have any other questions?
You gonna eat that?
Oh, yeah. Okay. He says, oh, thank you. He goes, I'm sorry, I'm just a little taken back by Commandant's reaction to me. He's never been like that toward me before. He rolls a 4. He says, I'm not big on dwarf food. And he says, he just says, well, hold on a second. There was something else I was going to say before you asked him about the food.
I'm not big on fairy tales.
Huh?
I'm not big on fairy tales. And I take the chicken leg out of his hand.
You take a bite.
I thought it was a turkey leg.
Yeah, it's some sort of fowl.
Okay, it's something exclusive to the D&D universe.
We think it's absolutely foul.
It is foul.
Yeah,
weak constitutions.
And he said, hold on, there was something else I forgot whenever you said that.
Sorry.
Shit. I feel like it might have been important, but I don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't have it.
Jeremy asked him about the lighthouse.
Yeah.
I told him to convince me.
No, I know what it was. All it was that he says that it just took me back whenever he was here, because in my timeline, after the battle with Organa, the Commandant went off to mourn for a while, and I left with the adventurers and I'd been back to the school a couple times, but the Commandant had not returned yet. So that was my first time seeing him in many months. See, in my timeline, it has been nearly a year since this took place, about 8 or 9 months, I think. But it appears that has not even occurred here. So maybe you'll get lucky. Maybe the vampires don't exist in this timeline. What he said. And then all of a sudden, you start to see his body glow. He starts transluting. It's been about an hour or so since you showed up. He goes, "Oh, it's happening." He says, "I bid you farewell." He says,
and I run up and grab him. No, okay.
That would be very bad if you did that, by the way.
And I disappear into his world.
Yeah, well, that's actually true. He actually can transport people by touching them. But yeah, so he says,
"Goodbye, everyone. Farewell."
He says, "Everyone, stay back." Like that. He tells. He's like, "I'm leaving." He says, "Just take care, please. The school can still be safe. There's plenty of time, and all that sort of stuff." And as you look out, you guys look over in the corner on the side, and the Commandant is leaned up against a wall, and he just waves to Winslow like that. And Winslow just waves back to him, and then he disappears. So there you got some pretty heavy info, isn't it? Let me just talk out a game real quick here. Did you guys see anything like this coming tonight at all?
But I'm really upset my character doesn't believe in vampires, but I know a fucking ton about vampires.
Obviously, I didn't know which one of you wouldn't. I was kind of hoping that Nola would roll really low on that, but I didn't think he would because of religion.
You said I can get convinced, so I can just go talk to the Commandant and get convinced.
Well, the reason why is because that would be really cool if Nola rolled. He's like, well, he's like, but my order or whatever of clerics think that vampires aren't possible.
Like I said, I have no great skill in religion. I just happen to roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got trash.
Again, D&D, religion is not a cleric thing.
I know. Well, but it is, though. It just isn't in the stats. I know what you're saying. Yeah. Like, it is absolutely a religion thing. But
I have the goddamn book on cryptid.
Yeah. So
okay, well, you know what I'm going to do? Because I still have that book on me, I'm just going to hand it to the wizard and say, you should probably read this.
Yeah, do that. You'll know all the same stuff that she
You should read this. Because it's very important.
And Jeremy, your character obviously has no reason not to believe. The way you're looking at it, you look everything logically, right? You're that kind of a person. So magic and monsters and all that, and then the stories. There's no reason to think that they wouldn't have existed at some point. However, someone like a street urchin, you have your limits on what you believe is hocus pocus and all that. And Ulfgar, you're this barbaric soldier guy. You despite all the things you've been shocked by, the most shocking thing you've ever seen was the troglodyte. That's something that you never would have imagined was real. And then Nola, of course, you're a cleric, so you were pretty damn sure that they existed. You just have never encountered one. So anyway, everyone kind of goes about their day, and there's just an air of dread and worry, and you definitely know that other students are kind of less happy and murmuring to each other. And these other students just got back on this mission with the Commandant, and they weren't expecting to walk into this. And of course, somebody's going to have to let Phil know whenever he comes back from his town patrol about what happened. Mm-hmm. And so the rest of your day goes on, and we're going to wrap that day up, but another day is going to take place. We'll say it's the next day. And the next day, I want to bring the map up here. And that's perfect like that.
And the vampires surround us.
No.
And he lifts the fog of war.
Phil's off on a town patrol again and all that. And we'll just put you there, and you guys can be kind of wherever. It doesn't matter. So we'll just say you guys are, training in the yard, and you're sharpening your tools, your weapons, all that kind of stuff. And a carriage arrives to the school, and a middle-aged, not old lady woman gets out.
Is she attractive?
No.
And
is her name Hera?
No. she's kind of like, I want to say her style of dress is that of like lower nobility, like not like super rich or anything like that. She's what you would consider like lower middle class by Seeker City standards. And she comes in, and the guards, let her in because she's here to speak to the commandant. And she goes, and Laneige meets her and takes her into the office, and they talk a little bit. And Laneige comes out, and Laneige goes to Nola, and he says, "Corporal, are you ready for marching orders for another mission?"
Let's do it.
And he says, "Okay, could you go get your band of misfits together and meet in Commandant's office?"
Yeah, I'll do my trick and make my voice as loud as humanly possible or organly possible.
Yeah, okay. So
say
all
something
of
clever
you,
like Avengers Assemble.
I grabbed wooden arrows on the way down.
all of you except for Phil, obviously because he's away, and then Miriam and Richard aren't here. We're just going to go with you, with the general group here. Well, actually, no. We'll say that Phil can come on this. Well, he's for sure going to come on this journey because this is going to carry over to the next one. And
He's just very sneaky.
Well, you guys just haven't left yet. We'll put it that way. So, so all of you go into the commandant's office. See, Lewis there, and this woman is there, and she's very distraught and upset. And commandant is sitting back there. You see that he's still, a little bit just kind of disheveled about the day before, and he's just there. And he stands there and he says, "Everyone, welcome." He says, "This is Miss Sarah St. James.
Jesus, that's a porn name.
What's that?
That is a porn name if I've ever heard one.
You don't like that name?
No, it's fine. It just reminds me of a porn star for some reason.
Oh, a porn name. I
Porn
he said that is a poor name. Like fuck that name.
I thought
Yeah,
that
I also heard poor, P-O-O-R.
Yeah, I thought you were creative. What the hell?
Is there really a porn star named this?
Hello?
Like, should I know about this?
No, I don't think so.
Don't worry
It just
about it.
Sounds like
Sounds like one.
like an 80s porn star.
Now we're getting very specific.
Just
All
go
right.
Google.
From what
So, hold on.
publication?
Let me pull up our notes here about.
Especially don't Google her name with hairy old fat guy.
With it.
Just don't Google that at all.
So
Might
she
bring up
says-
similar.
So Commandant says Miss St. James here has requested our help. She obviously personally came rather than sent a letter. She says that her husband, Euronymous, is an inventor that took a bunch of money from investors to help develop a vehicle that is supposed to revolutionize world travel. And he took all this money and he went down to the southwestern city of Iron Oasis. And to test it. What's that?
And he hasn't been seen since.
He has not. He has not been seen since. And she's getting worried because the investors are very, very powerful people. And she's worried that they will send people to look for him if he doesn't come back with either their money or the invention.
How long ago did he leave again?
Said he's been gone for nearly 2 months. And
How long would this journey take normally to get there and back?
It is quite far away, and it would have taken at least several days to get there. Probably close to a week, both ways. But I haven't heard from him. No letters. Only one since he arrived, just to say that he was there and working. So I know he is in Iron Oasis. And that I will, pay what I can to the school to do this. And Commandant turns from her and looks at you and he says, "Do you all accept this mission?"
Yeah.
Sure.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. I assume your other compatriot will like to join you as well. He's gone on many missions with you. I will relieve him from town duty once he returns and send him. He says, "I have never myself traveled to Iron Oasis, but I understand that the place can get rather rowdy. If there's anything you'd like to know about the town, I can let you know.
I would like to know lots of things about the town. First
Okay.
of all, what sort of weapons and magical items might we find and purchase there?
Okay. So,
or is there a library?
well, he's not going to tell you that, but I mean, so he tells you that Iron Oasis,
and a forge and a
yeah, Iron Oasis is 1 part casino, 1 part mining colony. It is near a mountain range where many ore and precious metals are mined, and it became a testing ground. You'll find many inventors there with many interesting inventions.
What is the main build-up races? What like percentages of people live there? Like, is it mostly humans? Is it a cluster of everything?
This is a very large part of the world of men, a world of humans. So it is a primarily human city, although more elves, I understand, have been traveling and living there in more recent years. There's also many dwarves go there because of the available metals and their interest in that sort of thing.
Any notable ex-students there?
I don't know of anyone who's there now that I could direct you to. I've only heard stories about there. Although I do know that the easiest way to get there is by train from Seeker City, and that is about 2 days by train that will take you to a small town on the outskirts of the desert that is called what was it called? Hang on a second. It is Desert's Edge Outpost. So you want to take the train from Seeker City to Desert's Edge Outpost. That's where the farthest the train goes. From there, the best thing to do is to just buy or rent horses. But I will warn you that it is probably quite treacherous. Being summertime, the desert is probably hotter than normal. So you want to consider all these things.
I'll fly. I'll see you guys there.
Fly straight to Iron. Yeah, I mean, you flew from your wizarding school to here.
Enoch is in Seeker City, right?
You could fly there, open up your
no,
your laptop, and then come back and pick us up.
I don't know why I thought she was in Seeker City.
Just take each if you want. That would be longer than if you all just
He could
traveled.
fly there, open up his finely crafted wooden cube, come back home, and then pick us up.
You could do that, actually.
You could totally do that.
It'd be probably still a hefty flight.
But I'm also curious as to what
Pack some
things there
snacks.
are at the far desert outpost that we can fuck around with and find out.
So here's the thing, though. Okay, he could do that, and you may actually do that for something else, but because I have something else in mind that I can imagine him flying to, that would be better. So here's the thing, though, because it's so far away, you're not going to be able to do this all in one go. It would take you days and days and days to fly there.
Oh yeah, I
would. But you could do that. But that's interesting. Keep that idea that Lewis just spat in your back pocket, because there is something far later on that could that could be an option. Keep that in mind. So anyhow, so he says, obviously this will be your first mission out on your own without Ire Lanesia's assistance, but you guys seem to handle yourselves well. And Alon so far has proven himself a valuable asset to the school. I'm sure he will lead you all to success and bring Mr. St. James home.
We'll do our best.
Yeah.
So, Sarah's in tears at this point, and she says, I'm going to return to Seeker City, and I will be waiting, looking out the window every day until I see him return.
Well, it's going to take 2
it's going to be a while.
Wait 2 weeks at least.
Wait 2 weeks before you start that window looking business.
Yeah, we got to get there first.
So
pat her on the shoulder and offer her some food for the road.
Okay, Constitution saving throw. Oh, she rolled an 11.
She survived?
He says she basically is just eating it as she leaves, and she doesn't throw up or anything like that. She's not sick, but it's just tolerable.
I follow.
She feels slightly better.
All right.
So the carriage begins to take her back to Seeker City, and the commandant says, thank you all for taking this mission. Once your compatriot comes back and you all get rested, then I suggest leave at once. But if you all could leave me alone one moment with the cleric.
Oh, hey, that's me.
Yeah. So I guess you guys all leave the room.
Maybe we can go get an apple.
You're gonna go get an apple.
I'm gonna go get an apple.
You're gonna go sharpen up your axe because you know you're gonna kill some desert shit.
And like grab the rest of my bows and arrows and whatnot because I bought. Well, no, I guess I could buy more in Secret City.
Wizard, do you have any other things that you want to do before you leave town? You got a few hours before Phil gets back from it.
Oof, I don't know. I've got what? I've made 6 potions, or did I make all of my potions?
Okay, so here's the thing. So if you remember when we were talking about inventory before, you can't carry more than 2 potions at a time. Like on
Can
your
he give
body.
us 2 each?
You can if you have enough weight limit to do that. But remember, he's supposed to be stocking the supplies there. So you want to limit on how many you take.
But he can make a few.
You can put them in his house.
What else?
He could bring the stuff to make one on the
There's
train
nothing
ride, or like
saying that he
enough
Well,
to
I'll say
do
is
2.
2 on hand. I've got 3 more ingredient amounts.
You can stash a couple in the house.
But here's the thing. He's had a week to be making these, and I'm sure he's made a lot of them, but he has to make them for Lenesian the Commandant. He can't just make infinite potions and give you guys 2 potions each. Like,
Well, that's the other thing
He's
is like
mixing in that little magic that makes 2 out of 1. You know.
I had supplies to make.
Never mind.
you have supplies to make more, and you definitely can do that. And on the road, remember, you can make 1 in a 4-hour period at a campsite.
Right. Though what I'm trying to say is I specifically have made 6.
Okay. Yeah, you went out of your way to do
I could have made more during week. So I made the other 3 potentially that I could have made. So then I have no supplies.
Oh, I see. That's what you're saying. Yeah, you're right.
I haven't gone and bought any more supplies. So I could go and buy some supplies before.
So your best bet without disrupting the ecosystem of what's going on at the school is to take the 2 that you have on you and leave the other ones that you've made in the supply closet.
You can get the supplies to make more on the way there.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because you have to make
Secret
something for the
City.
school.
Oh yeah. No, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Is,
So that's so with what you're saying you made, which I'll trust that you did that you used up all your supplies. You made a bunch because that's a lot, right? That's a lot of potions.
7 for the school, 2 for
yourself.
Yeah, and then so I'd spend. Is it still 40 silver at the general store to buy some more supplies?
To get some more, you want to go do that before you leave, then?
Yeah,
but you're going to make enough to make like a batch, right?
I'd buy a batch. 5.
Yeah. Okay, 40 silver. Yeah.
Okay.
Can he teach me how to make them?
I don't think at your level, maybe.
Maybe once I get to like level 3 or some shit.
Because you're not like a person that.
Well, I am level. I have magic. I'm an arcane trickster, but I'm not a mage. I don't know if that's something that you could teach someone.
Okay, so in D&D, you can teach anything, but the further away you are from that type of person, then the more training it would take.
Because I could essentially just like
can
observe
teach you
him doing it.
crossbows easier than he can teach you potion making.
Oh yeah, well I'm proficient in crossbows.
Exactly.
Didn't Phil grab
But like
a
if I
couple
watched
crossbows
him
on our
do
last
it
adventure?
enough time.
Wait, hold on. You guys were both talking again. You two like to talk over each other a lot.
Sorry, I think there's a delay.
Would it just be something that I would have to like watch him do multiple times? Or like
You
be
talking about
around for
Jeremy?
Yeah. The making of the potions.
You would have to be present and working on it with him. You would have to go through some failures before you'd have some success.
Cool. I figured.
Yeah.
Roll some dice.
It's not something out of the question. It's just not something you would probably. I couldn't imagine you being successful at it.
It wouldn't be the most inconvenient thing to know, though.
Yeah, I can picture it causing lab explosions for like a level 4 freaking.
We
rogue.
practice it like outside in the woods on some fire.
So, Lewis, what were you asking?
Next to the body of Fancy Pants.
I lost my thought on that one, but I would be looking for Alan at some point.
Alan.
Alan. For Al. And I'd say
For
something
Alan.
to the effect of, Uncle, how goes your quest for the perfect blade, the perfect weapon?
So you're talking to him through the door because he's in there with the commandant.
Oh, okay, he's still in the Commandant? Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking what
that's
you want to do while you're waiting for this mission.
Oh, then I'm gonna go sharpen up my weapons and
Okay, yeah.
maybe grab a couple extra javelins to throw in the house. You know.
If the wizard has a book I would like to read, it could literally be like a fairy tale book or something.
Give me a roll for investigation.
15, 20, dirty 20. 15 plus 5.
Yeah, all right. See, then we will conjure up. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, Jeremy, if I remember correctly, did you leave the book about the Blue Mountain in that library? I think you left that in that library. You didn't put that in the house's bookshelf.
No, in the house I have the location book and the transportation cube book.
Okay.
So the mountain book should be on the shelf.
Yep. Talia comes across the book of the Blue Mountain.
I'm gonna put it in my backpack or my bird.
She's gonna know what it is.
It's gonna take me forever.
She's gonna be skeptical about it, like the vampires.
Could be. All right. So that's what you guys are off doing, getting ready for. You're waiting for Bean to come back, and you guys can take off on your journey. So the door shuts, Laneige goes out, all that, and Alon's sitting there across the table from him. Then you see Commandant just like this, and he's just looking at you, and he's like, "Here, is there a way I can bring both of us up? That'd be awesome." I don't think you can.
I don't think so.
Can't you put people backstage?
You could.
I'm not going to do that.
You can hide us and just put you two.
Well, I know you can because remember Sith put you and Roger up on the screen together that one time.
Yeah, I think you just move everyone backstage.
No, I'm not going to do that. So anyway, we're doing it enough here. So he's just looking at you and he's like, "So cleric, I know you probably have questions about what happened the other day in the yard. Hit me with them."
I'm not really the questioning sort. I was just going to prepare the best that I could for the possibility that what he said was true. Whatever transpired between the two of you, and if that's between the two of you.
Okay. He says, the young man that showed up here said that we had some time before these events were to unfold, correct?
He said he wasn't sure, but probably.
Said something about late summer.
Yeah.
Go on this mission. Do what needs to be done. I don't think it's going to be anything. I think that the young woman is just being excited over, I think that the husband may be philandering or something like that, or maybe just taking too long with his experiments that he wasn't expecting. I think he'll come back and we will deal with this. But I do have a question. As you know, I did used to travel with clerics. How is your faith these days?
My faith is as strong as it's ever been.
This is good, because if that young man's telling the truth, you're going to need enough faith for all of us.
Dun, dun,
he says, of course, I'll need you to make holy water.
Already planning.
Okay. Enjoy Iron Oasis.
I will enjoy the Casino of Iron Oasis.
And that is where we're going to end tonight.
Huh?
Fantasy
water guns a thing?
Fantasy water guns.
Pew, 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 pew. With holy water in it.
Get off.
Perfect. It's right at 9:00. We're going to drop it there. That's 2.5 hours. That's digestible enough for Phil to be able to catch up and be up to speed on all the stuff that happened and go on the mission next time. Everyone in the chat watching the rewind, I believe you two won't be able to play next week on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like you guys, it'll definitely eat into it.
It's at 6 p.m., right?
6
How
p.m.
long do you
Eastern.
think it'll take?
So we could
I
start.
would say an hour.
So you guys, if it's up to you. If you guys don't think you want to try to cram it, we won't cram it. But I can set the time for 7:00 that night if you want.
I figure we're all going to be watching their
Yeah, I'm
thing
going to
too,
be
so,
watching them.
yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to play over them.
We can plan for 7. See what happens.
Okay.
I don't expect it to, because we're not asking about we have the one topic. Well, 2 really, 3, I guess.
I mean, we
but
can
it's
talk about whatever, but I think there's one he wants to talk about.
Yeah. They really
if
want
it
to
goes
talk about
over, don't feel pressured to finish. Like I know you guys like to keep it at the hour mark because that's what you've done before.
We're not against giving
we'll all be watching. That's not a question. I'm just saying if you guys aren't comfortable playing that night, we don't have to. But if you guys still want to play, we'd only be missing like 30 or 40 minutes.
Nah, because we'll already be on the computers anyway.
Okay, cool. I'm sure nobody else will object to that, really.
You guys will be hyped up from all that.
Cool. And then
Go slay some dragons.
And then you're with us the next 2 weekends for sure, right, Caroline?
Mhm.
So you're with us.
Yeah.
We got you Friday.
I have
Okay,
this
cool.
weekend and next weekend off. So we're
Excellent.
good.
Excellent.
Nice.
So yeah.
Wait, is it?
Time to
I
fuck
think I might
around
have.
and find out.
You what?
I think I might have said the wrong time.
Oh, it's 6 p.m. for you guys, not for me.
It's 7 Eastern.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay,
that's an
yeah.
hour and
We
a
did
half
do that.
to start time.
We'll just talk afterwards and see.
Sounds good.
Or we'll at least talk between now and then. We'll talk on Friday about it more. But anyway, yeah. So we're gonna wrap this. We're gonna do the roundabout. I'll go counterclockwise again, starting with Lewis. Well, you just tell us what you thought about this session.
I was that close to getting into the haunted city.
He would have fucking bolted as fast as his little dwarf
Yes.
legs would have into the
I'll be
city.
honest with you guys. I actually thought you guys were gonna figure that out a long time ago and try that out a long time ago. Like, I'm really surprised that's happening now. But it's
I
kind of
didn't
cool.
even think mending would work on that.
I like these kind of things happening between major story arcs. You know what I mean? Because
Danny,
you
I
guys
wanna
are doing
find something
filler
I have
stuff.
to investigate.
Yeah, it's just a reminder that there's a ton of other crap going on.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like that. Rather than just in the middle of a major story arc, you guys go, oh, let's go check out Odell, and there's zombies all over the place. It's like,
Detour from vampires. Let's go check out the
We
zombies.
side quest when appropriate, usually.
yeah. I thought that was a good. I thought these
You
last
saved
two
Miriam.
were perfect between the storylines. Go ahead, Lewis.
You saved Miriam, so that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to see where this is heading.
So, truth be told, Lewis knew that there was going to be some kind of major event happen. He didn't know what it was. I just told him last night. I said that they're very close to triggering. You guys are all very close to triggering a major event.
What was the trigger?
There was a couple things that could have triggered, but basically it was that you guys got through all of your menial tasks while in between the storyline, and there was going to be a day where you guys would just wake up and
Do more tasks.
be doing your stuff, and then that would happen.
The
But
time
there's
travel
also
guy.
there's another thing that could happen, but I don't want to say it because it hasn't happened yet, that could unlock more stuff about the vampires. I actually thought that would be the thing that would do it, and not Winslow was going to show up no matter what, but I thought something else was going to happen first. But anyway, so Lewis, so you came in, midway, and you got to do a little bit of action.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening, and I was very very excited. Almost tried to turn it on while I was driving home on my phone, but I was like, okay, don't want to make
That's
this game too
hilarious.
exciting. But yeah, no, I was very intrigued. Looking forward to seeing what happens next.
So how do you like that? Like, it opened up a whole thing of a story arc, but then you guys got sent on a mission that's seemingly unrelated.
I like that. It's something, something simmering in the background. It's like, well, what about the thing?
Yeah, it's too
The
far.
army,
Really
the
good.
army of zombies that's coming.
What are you gonna do? Stand around the school and just not function with normal life until that happens?
We're going to spend 7 more disappointing seasons getting up to it and end it in one day.
All right, well, let's go over to Jeremy then.
Season 8 sucked of Game of Thrones. Sorry, I just don't want people to forget.
No. Everything past episode 3 sucked.
All right.
You gotta give the longest night to do. Come on.
I give them no credit. Make it into an anime.
The milkman story. Come on.
All right, Jeremy,
What's up?
your thoughts on this session?
It was a little bit more of a low key, not a whole lot going on, but I think the Odell thing was pretty cool to go there and finally figure out what the hell's going on over there. Vampires is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, like I said, your reaction to Winslow telling that was interesting. You had I have to go back and watch the whole video to get everybody's, but
I don't remember what I did.
You were just like, yeah.
That was the actual look on Wolfren's face.
So, do some of Elric's notes make a little more sense now, or did you even consider that at all?
Man, I don't know.
What?
I didn't look at the notes again today because the Commandant wasn't around.
Mm-hmm.
So those were things I was going to ask the Commandant because his name was all up in them.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing you thought was going to trigger the event.
One thing, there's something that Phil was very close to last session that I thought was going to bring it up.
Didn't you send a picture?
Yeah, I sent you guys the screenshot.
I thought you sent it to.
I sent it to the group.
You have to go back a bit for that.
It's all right. You don't have to bring it up now. Look at it back, on your own. You can talk about it with me later if you want. So let's go to Caroline then if you have no more thoughts on today.
I mean, I'm still having fun with it.
Yeah.
I am bitter about my vampire role, but
So yeah, I knew from the
That's
get-go
fine.
that what I was going to do, because it makes it really interesting, is to have everybody present roll for religion, and no matter what you rolled, the two lowest people would be the skeptics.
I just happen to really like vampires in real life.
Oh, really?
I know a lot about them.
Yeah. Okay. So just honestly, so someone who ran through this before wasn't a big fan of vampires, but they really enjoyed the story arc. What about you
Vampires,
guys?
zombies, two favorite cryptids.
Do you guys like vampire stuff?
Sure.
Yeah.
Nola, what do you think about vampires? You like them?
He's muted.
You're muted.
You're always muted.
I'm not always muted.
It's just today.
You're really not.
I live in New Orleans, man. We are vampires.
Okay, so you dig vampires then, I would say.
It's just fun lore.
I do feel like I live a vampire life right now. A little bit.
Anyway, yeah. But anyway, like I said, I did have one person who told me outright at the beginning of our campaign that he just wasn't into vampires, like at all. And I didn't want to spoil anything, that there was something with them in there. And when it was all done, I waited till the end and I brought it up to him, and I'm like, he's like, I'm just not really into vampires, but man, he's like, that was fun. Like he said, he really.
I'm
enjoyed
just
it.
personally really gonna struggle with the fact that my character's like, it's bullshit, because I'm like, but I know it. I
Then
know all
that's
these
even
things.
better. That should make this very
It's
good.
so
That you
fun.
have to roleplay that.
Because I'm
you're
already
having a
like,
role
I
play.
want to go around and tell everyone, like, you do not invite anyone into this house. Everyone gets a little pouch of holy water. Everyone's gonna carry a wooden stake. Like, I am ready to prepare.
You're gonna be the
Spritz
opposite.
everyone.
Everyone needs to put some sunglasses on because they might be sparkly.
They definitely don't in this world. So Nolan, what were you saying?
I'm kidding.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, what's your turn anyway? Because I was going to give you a bit.
Oh, tonight was just kind of messing around, really.
Yeah.
I had the worst rolls.
I wanted there to be a few sessions to pad between. And look what you guys did develop, though. You got the store thing going. Fancy Pants is gone. You guys figured out the thing with the transportation. Like a lot of stuff that is just somewhat menial between a major arc. So it's not all just, hey, let's go somewhere and take some bad
There's
guys.
more apples in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, we're it looks like we're set for another adventure and then another little story arc coming up. I fully intend to take a trunk full of honey and mead and berries to Iron City or whatever the name of it.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. When you guys get ready to go, I was going to give you an opportunity to do something. I figured that you would absolutely bring your
cart.
Dude, I'm spreading the word, man. The honey hole is going to be a thing.
Have you made any figurines?
Yeah, I've got a bunch.
Nice.
Cool.
Basically, once a day, if I don't use it, I can just transform metal however I want it.
How's the
So
ice
basically
arrow?
what I talked to Danny about was that we've been doing this for about 3 months. So I'm just going to say, like, I've got like 45 of these figures made by this point that are just, various incarnations of us and the animals and the people we fought and, a couple of silver
Can you
apples.
make one for Talia of her fighting the bear?
Talia and the bear? I can make a Talia and the bear.
LOL. Sean, look at him.
Bear, the bear, and the maiden fair.
I almost said LOL to him like in the chat, but I'm just going to say it straight up. He says, if you want a guest, I'm open.
It's a lot of days you're going to need a guest.
Sean, we'll see. We'll see when a good time to work you in. It's probably better to do that on the days where we're missing a person. If I had known that Phil wasn't going to come at all today, I might have brought you in somehow. But I know that in a couple weeks, Caroline's going to be out again. So
yeah,
so we can do something.
Sometimes I have a life.
But maybe, and also I know Astro
What's
has
that like?
interest in playing also.
It's awful, dude. I hate it.
So yeah. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and end it. So this video isn't too long for Phil to catch up on and get everything that he needs to know.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody.
Game over, man.